Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Claroos.
And this is the Nerdy.
The Wordy.
The Book Club. Welcome back for the finale episode of Way of Kings. An episode that marks our ability to finally start Words of Radiance.
We've been dying to start this book because we've got IRL friends that are like, oh my gosh, you're gonna love this, and we got you guys that are like, you're gonna love this, and it's we've just been literally waiting. That's why we were sick this week, and we were like, we gotta do book club. We cannot skip book club.
Yeah.
Book club happens, okay?
Our voices might not be sounding how they usually be sounding.
That's fine.
But we're going to get through it together.
Worth it.
How are y'all doing? How's everybody?
Yeah, how's chat? How we doing, chat?
Oh my god, this already has... Did you make a alert for it in chat?
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright. There's going to be a bunch of things going on today. Sorry about that. It's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff.
Snowwolf over on Twitch says, hello, love the vlog.
Thank
you, Snowwolfer. Thank you for watching the vlog. Yeah, we have a little Gen Con vlog up. It's fun. We talked about a bunch of Stormlight associated things.
We did, yep.
Yeah, I really... The beta rule set for the Stormlight actual play, Cosmere actual play, is out there, and I want to just go to a one-shot. But apparently it's all spoilers until book 3. So,
we got a lot of reading to do.
Yeah, not yet. Blue, thank you for subscribing over on Twitch.
Thank you, Blue.
Kevin says you got the con crud. But boy, howdy did we.
Yeah. Did we ever?
Boy, howdy did we. Yeah, we have both been kind of on our butts all week, but...
Yeah, which is annoying, but it's fine.
It's frustrating.
It's fine.
But con was great. We have a lot of stuff to give away, so I'm excited about that. I hope that you guys like free stuff.
I like free stuff.
Yeah.
Do I have free stuff?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we are. I mean, you already did. You know what I mean? And also, it's your birthday in a week and a half. You're gonna get shit from people. God, so greedy.
What?
I have to find time to go get your birthday gift.
Oh no.
I need to figure that out. All right. So
we have a giveaway for these Stormlight role-playing game dice, which say Stormlight on them, and I feel like because it's now not the Stormlight role-playing game, that the ones that come with the Kickstarter are not going to say this. So these are very special
They will
dice.
say Cosmere role-playing game for sure. But look at this.
Special dice.
We're not giving away one set, y'all. We're not giving away all these. This one's mine. Oh, I threw 3. Oh.
Wow. Well done.
And then some of our mods wanted one.
Yes.
And so we actually have...
We have a total of 10 giveaways for you, okay?
Wait, actually, I think we have more than I think I counted wrong. Hold up 1 second.
Well done. Nerdy can't math.
You talk about how cool the dice are and all.
Garm, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Let's fucking go. Appreciate that. Yeah, Nerdy can't math. That's fine. Y'all, anyone who got a membership, enjoy those audiobook reactions, because oh boy, howdy doody, there are going to be a lot of them for the next book. Wow. Nerdy really said, yeah, unlimited, and y'all were like, okay, bet. I'm fucking mad, lads, over here.
Okay, so there are 2 mods that wanted dice.
Yes.
And so, boom, boom. That one's ours. So we actually have 8 sets of dice to give away.
Well, we can't actually do that, so we're just going to stick with what we were going to have before. We'll have 1 extra because the thing only allows us to pick 10 winners. Remember?
I know, but now we can just give 1 more person a VIN card and a...
Okay, all right.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. We can only do 10
that
giveaways.
Only 2 of our mods wanted them.
We'll keep 1 extra just in case. So we have 7 sets of dice to give away. We bought these. They were not given to us.
Yes.
We just wanted to do something for the community. I wish I could give you all Stormlight dice. I can't. So sorry. And then we have 5. This one's mine. But we have 5 ours. I love you. 5 Vin cards from the upcoming deck building game that you can't get yet. You can't see that.
Yeah.
So we're going to be giving these away as well. 2 people will only be getting a Vin card, and...
No, 3 people...
4 people will only be getting dice.
No.
But 3 people...
No.
What?
We said 2. I set it up last night. It's already set up.
What do you mean? That's how it maths out.
No, it was 2 people are getting dice and a card.
And 3 people are getting a Vin card. Okay.
This is a mess.
Guys, I'm so tired. 3 people are getting a Vin card. 2 people are getting the dice and a Vin card. And 5 people are getting just dice.
Hell yeah.
It's the only way that we can make this work.
There we go.
Deal with it.
We did it. We mathed.
No, I'm sorry. But 7 plus 3 is not math.
Wait, I thought it was math. I thought we established.
No, 7 plus 3 is not math.
Okay.
But 10 plus 5 is math.
Oh.
I just want to be really clear.
Okay.
Really, really clear.
Good.
So we're going to be giving that out. There was also a Vin metal print, but it's been claimed. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
That one's going to our good old mod, Rob Ross. Also, another thing we bought, we bought minis. We bought Stormlight minis.
Yes.
The worst ad read ever for their own giveaway. Look, we're doing our best today, John Schmidt. Get off my dick. We bought the Stormlight Archive Way of Kings pack of minis. And we bought the rest of the set, but we won't get the rest of the set until we finish the books.
Yeah, it's like our own little treat to ourselves.
So every time we finish a book, our friend who has our miniatures is going to give us that book set of miniatures.
Yeah.
And so we have little gifts. We have little Christmas presents coming to us from ourselves.
For us.
That are just in our friend's closet.
I love it. Gordon Chen, thank you so much for 10 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Gordon Chen.
You guys are just getting ready for those chapter reactions, aren't you?
Okay, James Ross, Rob Ross, shut the fuck up. I know I fucked up, okay? Rob and I are good. We talked about it. I apologize.
It'll never not be funny.
We also bought this. It is the Stormlight Archive, Stormlight RPG preview magazine called Chasm Fiend. This is going to be a rare treat because it's no longer called the Stormlight RPG.
Yeah, even though it says it on the fucking back.
Yeah, and there's
Liars.
a QR code for a lie. Brandon Sanderson. We're not allowed to open this. We just are allowed to own it.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
We have it for later. It is the gifts that will keep on giving the more that we read.
All right. The actual sponsor of today's show, though, we should say, is MissyMountainGaming.com. MissyMountainGaming.com is a place that you can go. You can go there, and you can buy dice. And you can use those dice for the Stormlight TTRPG. Now, you need a plot die. So I don't know how Misty Mountain, hear me out. I love you. You know, we have a good relationship. We took some sexy photos in your booth while we were at your booth at Gen Con. Make really cool shattered glass fate die and shit like that.
That would be sick.
MissyMountainGaming.com rocks. We love them. They're so sweet. We got to hang out with them over the weekend. They were very kind to us, as always. And so I want you to go over there, buy whatever accoutrement you're going to need to play a Stormlight RPG game, and use coupon code nerdynightly15. Get 15% off your order at MissyMountainGaming.com. One thing I wanted to throw out there, this is not a sponsored moment, but I just wanted to let you know our new friend, Devin, founded a company. It's called Start Playing. And he hosted a party at Gen Con. I got to meet him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Start Playing right now is it's a service where you can basically pay pro GMs to run games online so that you can get over the issue of people not showing up to your games because they're paying to be there. Everyone puts it in their schedule. It's a great service. And Devin, really cool guy. I love meeting the people behind a company like that and them rocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are exclusive beta test Stormlight games being played right now on Start Playing. So if you are someone who likes tabletop RPGs, if you are someone who wants to try the Stormlight RPG before anybody else, there are professional GMs on that service. I'm not one of them because I'm not allowed to know how the game works yet. If I did, I would.
Yet.
But if you are trying to get into this game, if you want to play it before anybody else, go over to Start Playing, get in one of those dedicated special games. I think they're going for a month or something like that. It's a limited time window kind of thing where they're really pushing this. But it is an opportunity for you to be at the forefront of the Cosmere RPG before it goes live next year.
Hell yeah.
And we get that big old box of goodies we purchased.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna have so many minis.
We're gonna have so many minis.
I am so excited.
We're gonna have all the Stormlight minis. Guys, I want to do a weekly Stormlight show. I'm like, here, Kate, let's transition to the book, okay?
Oh.
It's Way of Kings, the full book recap.
But we're only 10 minutes into the show.
I know. Let's transition to the book. I know that's crazy. I know it's too soon. # too soon. But,
What?
I've taken some time away from the Stormlight Archive.
Oh.
We've had 2 weeks. I haven't read anything other than some, like, really, really heinous opinions on Twitter. And
oh, okay.
The thing that I've noticed is I've softened on Way of Kings a little bit.
Oh.
Now that I'm not actively reading it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, in hindsight, there's a lot I like here.
Okay.
What?
No, it's fun.
I am very excited to get into the next book.
Oh, yes.
I'm not saying that my criticisms of book 1 are wrong or that I take them back.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I'm not actively trying to shove 200 pages in my brain every week, my memory for the stuff that I didn't love has faded a little bit. And I've spent more time thinking about the stuff that I did.
Okay, that's valid.
And in hindsight, I'm like, you know what? Like, there's something here that I feel very... I'm very into the magic system.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm into the characters yet. But I'm into the magic system, and I think that's enough for me to, like, really be stoked to get into Words of Radiance. Also, I really think that this world, for a TTRPG, sounds very fun to play in.
Yeah, that definitely is, like, fueling the fire a bit. Because, like, I don't know. I'm so excited. I'm excited to start the next book, for sure. But I'm so excited to see, like, to understand what this game is going to be like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I still stand that, like, that Way of Kings really sets up so much. I think someone oh, you clicked away.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Someone in chat, John Schmidt, Way of Kings is a great trailer for Words of Radiance. And I think it is. And I think, to me, it is honestly more enjoyable than a trailer usually is. But what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm sorry, that was a bad idea. I'm trying to make...
fine.
We need to be able to read our Discord questions. Oh, also I need
that's
to
fair,
post
that's
this.
Oh, yeah. Copy and
regularly.
paste that link. Guys, we're going to draw our winners for the giveaway at the end of the stream. Please make sure you are here for that.
If you want to win the dice, if you want to win the cards, all of it, you have to go to that link.
Yeah.
There's only 27 people, and you also have to be here at the... Well, actually, we might do it throughout the stream, so...
Well, we already told people that it would happen at the end.
We might do a couple before the end, though. It'll be a fun little... Oh,
yeah,
like, that doesn't work because... Yeah,
we just
we'll do them all at the end.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that people were actually here to claim it. The last thing that we want is to be like, all right, so-and-so wins, and then they never, like... they're not here to be like, yeah, that's me, or whatever it is.
Sorry, I cut you off with logistic stuff. What were you just saying?
I was just saying that, like, I still really enjoyed the book. I did some audio booking of it.
Yeah, you've already, like, reread it.
No, God, no.
Well, not the whole thing, yeah.
I have only gotten up until, like, Navani shows up.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely not, like, a full reread, but, definitely went back and, like, was listening to stuff, and, there's definitely a lot there, even without having read the next book yet.
Yeah.
Just, like, small things. Like, Adolin is like, isn't it, like, weird that Elokar is coming on this hunt? Dalinar's like, no, he's just gotta, like, prove his bravery. And Adolin's like, okay, interesting.
What's weird about that?
Well, the fact that Elokar fucking cuts his own buckle and gets thrown from the fucking horse because he's like, no, I need to, like, pretend that someone is trying to assassinate me for people to take me seriously. It's just, like, little things like that just add extra layers to things, whether or not it is like direct like response to, like, what is happening is kind of, I think, a little more gray than, like, oh, this happened because of this, but there's just extra layers there, and I do love that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm having a good time.
So, Clarus, do you want to, like, how do you want to just go straight into questions here? We didn't cast the book.
No.
Damn. Should have done that. This would have been a fun one.
Live?
No. Watching you try and remember actors' names live is not...
No, it's fun because I only get to pick from the things I've seen within the last 6 months. I know, but the show can only be so long. What? No, if we work together...
All right, we might try and do...
If we listen to each other's sides.
We are both so sick.
If I were never too far apart and maybe love... That was, I think, the best we've ever sounded.
Oh my god.
For the first time ever.
Oh yeah, I'll post the link on Twitch. Thank you, Blue.
Oh, good call. Thank you. Okay. All right. We could do a like speed casting. You know what I mean? Like we have like 15 seconds. And so we back and forth. Okay? So you say a character and then I say an actor and then I say a character and you say an actor.
All right, we'll do that at the end of the show, or do you want to do it right now?
I don't know. Do you think you'll have more energy now or at the end of the show?
I don't think I will have energy at either period of time.
Okay.
Do you want to do it right now? All right, we're speed casting.
We're going to need to bring up a fucking character list.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You know what we can do? No. I was going to say we could have chat say the character, but y'all are going to, like, pick different people first. So we would have to pick a chat representative, and then we, like, cast it.
Yeah.
Does that sound fun, or does that sound like a terrible idea? Because, honestly, to me, it sounds like fun, but I'm also sick. Josh, welcome back to the Nerd
Josh Timko,
Table.
welcome back.
You should pick anime character voice actors instead of actors. Just the characters, since you don't know the voice actors' names. I would be terrible at that.
Matt Mercer.
I've seen like 4 animes. Okay, that would be tough
Is there
for
anything
me.
weird on here before I show this? No. Okay,
What are you showing?
I'm pulling up so that we can show who the actors we're talking about are.
Oh, all right, sure.
In our speed casting. All right, Clarissa, do you want to go first or
Hang
second?
on. Rodney Straight, thank you so much for that super chat. Was cool seeing you to a Gen Con. Oh, thank you for saying hi.
Yeah, Rodney, we had a lovely conversation.
No, you were so sweet. Thank you so much. There were a couple people who said hi. It was really lovely to see all of you and for people to be like, oh yeah, I watch your book club or I watch your reactions or whatever it may be. So if you guys ever do see us out in the wild, always feel free to say hi. Unless, we're like fighting or something, which is like a 0.00001% chance since like we don't fight. So yeah. Say hi.
James Ross says Nerdy has to close his porn.
Yeah.
That's not 100% untrue.
You watch porn on this computer?
No.
Under the lights and the camera and everything? Jeez.
No, but like with the work that we do, sometimes.
Oh, no, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. Do you want to go first or second?
All right. I'll name a character and
I have to cast them, and then I name a character. You have to cast them.
Yeah.
Okay. Clarus is gonna drop a character on me.
Let's see if we can remember characters. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
You have to cast Shalyn.
Shalyn is a redhead.
Yes.
She's young though. 15 years ago, I would have said Debran Wall. I think that she would have been an incredible Shalyn. She is the younger girl in True Blood, the young vampire.
Didn't watch it. I only read it.
Here we go. This is who I would have cast. I think she's probably aged out of it now because I think she's like 35. She's 40. Debran Wall.
No, I see it. Yeah,
Big fan of Debran Wall.
Mm-hmm.
I got to meet her on the set of Daredevil years ago. She's like the coolest person ever. She's also a huge D&D nerd, and I adore her. And I would love to work with her at some point in the future. So I have to come up with a redhead now.
Da, 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 da. I mean, like, they don't have to be naturally red.
No, I know, but someone who would look
hair.
good with red hair, though.
Lord Dice, welcome back to the Nerd.
Lord Dice, thank you for joining the Narcs. Okay, Shalyn, I am going to say, will be played by... God, that's really hard.
Oh.
It has to be an incredible actress because her plotline kind of sucks. And so she has to make it... it's all, like, internal. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of external stuff for her to be doing. So it has to be very emotive. Yeah, go for it.
Can I throw one in? I am going to say the person... and now I'm gonna forget their even their characters' names. From Shogun, the lead girl.
I mean,
and I'm literally forgetting her name. I feel like an asshole.
Wait, I thought is Shalyn Asian?
Well, a lot of the characters are Asian, and the hairs are just like wildly different colors.
You're talking about Maiko?
I mean, Maiko.
Mikasa?
Yes.
I think she might be a little old for it.
Really? She looks young, but I don't know. She's just an incredible actress, and so I'm like...
I do love the idea, though. I honestly would cast her as Yasna.
Oh, see, Yasna is like almost 40, so...
Is Shalyn Asian? Hey, I've seen that one before. Look, they're not... Oh, they do need Asian eyes. Okay. So not Deborah Ann Woll. Sorry, that's my bad.
Well, no, if we're doing that, then like most of the characters...
Well, but like my Kaladin was going to be Dev Patel.
Oh.
Because of his work on Monkey Man. Like, he can do the fucking action.
Right.
Like, this is... I feel like I can't get these big enough.
Yeah, you can't really like full screen it.
But, like, Dev Patel is my Kaladin.
Is your Kaladin. Okay.
Right? Like, he would fucking crush it. And based on all... I haven't actually watched Monkey Man yet, but I've seen some of the action scenes.
Mm-hmm.
His action shooting is so fucking good.
I love that we totally fucked up the thing and you cast Kaladin and I ended up casting Shell.
But no, it's not Mikasa. Mikasa, no. Mariko.
Yeah,
Mikasa's from fucking
Attack on Titan. Guys, we're sick. It's fine.
Mariko. Is this good content? Do you guys like this?
Do you guys like this? Go to images.
Anna Sawai. That's what her name was.
Yeah. No, like, look at that. Look at this photo. Come on. She looks like she's like 24.
She's 32. We're the same age. Hey.
What?
Hey, Anna.
Whatever her skincare routine is, I need it.
If you want me to leave my wife for you, it's on the table.
It's
not an option.
I wouldn't even be mad. I would be totally jealous, but I wouldn't be mad about it. You know what I mean?
J. Eddie Maldonado, thank you for that super chat. Nerdy, when Dalinar frees the Bridgeman with his sword, how does this make you feel about the character?
About Dalinar?
I mean, I liked it just because it kept Dalinar consistent, right? Like, I think that if Dalinar...
He had to do something big.
Yeah, and also, like, if we tell... The book is telling the story about Dalinar as this, like, ultimately very honorable man to a fault, right? And I think that if you don't have that moment, then all of that's a bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's consistent with his character, and it's the big moment of the book. It's a great moment, right? Like, I think that I love that moment.
Yeah.
And, I think that Dalinar probably is my favorite character of the, like, main cast. I think, there are some comedic characters that I think I have more fondness for just because, they're funny. But... Well, no, but like Rock,
yeah,
it's hard to be really, really in love with the Stoic guys in the way that you are for like Rock or Lopen or like these favorite characters because they show the joy in the world. And I think that is kind of the problem with Dalinar right now is he wants to stop the problem, which can only be described as the problem right now, because like he doesn't even know what he's trying to do. You know what I mean?
They don't know what the plot is yet because they have no idea of like the scale. Dalinar, I guess, kind of does. But,
Johnny Coleman, thank you for that super chat. I'm assuming you say you love it to Anna Sawai as
perfect Shalyn.
I
just want to say really quick hi to Kevin in chat. Hi,
Kevin Parr. What's up?
We're not recovered yet.
We are not.
It was very nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you, dude. We're doing our best. We're live and we're doing our best.
We're making
I
it through.
have coffee and gamer subs to survive. Here's one thing that I think I'll say about this. I think that people are... I've seen some commentary either in the comments of the video or in the Discord about my saying that like I don't really care about these characters right now. And I think that people are confused about what I mean by that. Because I think that they are like, well, but did you not like their moments? Like this dropping the Shardblade. I like this moment. I like this moment a lot. I think it's a great moment. I think it's incredibly well written. I think it's very evocative. I think it works. Like, everything about it is great. It is consistent with Dalinar's character. It moves the plot forward. It makes Sadeas more of a threat. All of that is true. And also, I don't care about Alethi society, and I don't understand what they are fighting against or what they are trying to succeed at, right?
Right.
They're just trying to succeed at a thing.
Right.
And in my opinion, the book, for all of its explanation and for all of its world building, doesn't do a good job at setting up what I should be invested in them succeeding at.
Yeah.
It just asks a bunch of questions and then is like, in future books, we're going to give you some answers that will eventually get to what the plot of this world is. But for now, we're just going to fumble around in the darkness.
Yeah.
I don't dislike Dalinar. I don't dislike Kaladin. I don't even dislike Shallan. I find her plotline a little bit lacking for a 1,000-page book. But I like the characters. But the book didn't give me a reason to think that to be invested in where they're headed, because they have no fucking clue. It's all lost behind epitaphs and epigraphs and all of the little literary fun things that Brandon Sanderson throws into the book to make it epic. And I think that the book is so epic that it forgets that, like, the journey our character's on isn't clear. And someone in the Discord shared a great TikTok this week. Where someone was like, I don't know why all these TikTokers are hyping up Way of Kings. The Way of Kings isn't where this series is good. And if you're going to glaze the first book so hard, when you get to the actually great parts of the series...
lose your mind.
And, like, there's nowhere for those content creators to go up in their love of it. Because they've already said, like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I'm just saying, this isn't the greatest thing ever. This isn't my favorite Brandon Sanderson book. It's not... It's like... tied for third, I guess, right now with Well of Ascension. And that's still a great place to be. I liked Well of Ascension a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I have no complaints. But I think that there is just room for this series to invest the characters in a plot line that I give a shit about so that I can be on board with it, as opposed to just being like, hey, this world sucks. It's going to continue to suck the whole book. Bad things happen. People die. And at the end, the characters don't even know what the point was. And, like, okay. And the end of the book is, and now we're ready. Our characters are together and ready to go do something. We still don't know what that is, but they're going to do it together now. And maybe in the next book, they'll talk to a Parshendi and figure out, like, why any of this is happening.
Yeah. I think that the people who, like, haven't read the rest of the series yet, I mean, I'm kind of including myself in this, is that you get to the end, and there's so many huge, incredible character moments, that's the last thing that you're left with, is that, like, height and that high, and like that, like, so many people, I think it's just a part of the human experience, honestly, is just to remember that, like, last, like, final moment. We talk about, like, beginnings and ends as being the most memorable when you're watching, like, art, like movies or plays or whatever it is. And I think that, I don't know if I feel like the beginning is the strength of this book. I feel like the end is the strength of this book. And the moments with Dalinar and with Kaladin and the betrayal and all of those, I think just, like, leave that, like, high that you feel like, holy shit, I just read the most incredible thing. When in reality, I definitely think that the book is a bit drawn out for what it is. But I think that final moment is really what literally fucking, like, catapults you into book 2.
Well, and I think how it starts is great. Like, I think the beginning rocks too, right? Like that.
In its own regard, it just feels very separate to me. Like, it feels detached,
but that's,
in a way.
That's kind of my problem with it.
Yeah.
It's like the prologue. I can't remember which one is the prologue and the prelude. The prologue
is Death, and the prelude is the Heralds.
So the prelude and the epilogue are tied together. And at some point, we will understand that they have something to do with the rest of the characters in this book. But in this book, the prelude and the epilogue are not connected to anything else.
Yeah.
They are, at the beginning and the end, they are just random. They're just information.
Yeah.
The prologue and some of the interludes are connected. But even the fact that we have Szeth in his interludes going around and murdering kings and shit and what should change the world's political spectrum overnight, right? Especially because of span reads, they can communicate. That doesn't actually come up in the main characters' plotlines. The fact that it is like briefly mentioned to them, and they're like, oh my god, the king of Yakavet is dead. That's mildly interesting to me. I'm gonna go deal with some other shit. The interludes have a character killing kings around the world, and it doesn't impact the main plot. Yeah. It's just brought up in a scene, and then it's just kind of like, well, that doesn't really matter right now, so we're gonna move on from it. And so, like, that doesn't feel very connected, right? Mm-hmm. Some of the interludes have them breaking into a museum in a country I don't know about, breaking art I don't care about, to not tell me who these characters are, why they're in the book at all. That doesn't come up at the end.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of stuff in this book. Hoyd writes a letter to the universe, I guess. I don't really know. That is
universe? No, he's writing to other, not shard bearers, but, like, kind of, like, shard, like, holders, like, people who are, like...
I don't think they have shards. I think shards are unique to this world.
No, the shards are the magic thingies that make the world's magic, right?
Oh, you mean like the actual shards?
Greater shards.
I don't think you can write to the shards. I don't think the shards...
No, I mean...
Like, I don't think they have a mailing address.
No, but I mean, like, the people who, like, hold them. Like, he talks about people, like, having them, and so... What's his face? Oh my god, I'm forgetting him from Mistborn. Who has the shard at the end. Sazed, yeah. It's like other Sazeds, I think, that he's writing to.
Oh, I don't think that's the case. Yeah. Kevin says the mystery is the plot for me, but the mystery isn't the plot of this book. Like, the mystery established at the beginning of this book is never resolved and never... there's not even, like, steps forward in the mystery of the plot of this book.
Yeah.
The prologue introduces who killed Gavilar and why, and this book doesn't get to that. That is not what this book is about. It is a thing
well, we know who killed Gavilar.
No, we don't. Oh, we know that Zeth physically did it, but we don't know who hired him and why. It's not... It is brought up at the beginning of a 1,000-page novel, and then it is just something that we will eventually get to in another book, but that is not actually relevant to the plot of this novel. Other than the fact, like, it's the reason why they're at the Shattered Plains. I get that. But that is the mystery that is established at the beginning of this book. Mm-hmm. And then we don't go anywhere with that. It's just like a thing that we pause on so that we can do 1,000 pages of other shit. And I'm assuming at some point that's going to be relevant. It's not relevant in the book that it is the prologue of. Mm-hmm. And so it is one of those, it is a long book with a lot of stuff in it that you have to remember for future books. Because right now, this book is like, look at all the literary devices I can use to world build.
Literary devices?
Yeah, like preludes, prologues, epitaphs, epigraphs.
I didn't realize those were literary devices. But I guess...
What would you call them?
That makes sense. No, I just never thought about it. I always thought of literary devices as like my brain is not working properly, but like dramatic irony.
It's a literary device.
Yeah, I just never thought of like a prologue as a literary device, but like I guess that makes sense. I just hadn't thought of it that way.
That's what I would call them, right?
Yeah.
It's the different way. It's the different little, like, you know, like I think that if you put like quotes at the beginning of your chapters that are either real world quotes or out of world quotes, I'll call that a literary device that you're using within your book to help tell your story.
All right. Yeah.
Are
we casting or no?
Sorry, someone asked a question in a super chat and it derailed everything. Okay, so we have Kaladin, we've got Shallan. What's next? Oh, wait, no.
What?
I'm supposed to ask you one.
Yeah, you...
Okay, you cast Dalinar then.
I cast Dalinar?
Yeah.
God. Okay, that's a tough one. Because that one is one that I actually, like, have no idea. Mm-hmm. Dalinar... Oh, goddamn. I'm like...
This is why I was saying we shouldn't do this live.
No,
because
but
it
it's
just
like
takes for fucking ever.
Fun because it's stressful.
We have so many questions to answer.
Dalinar is land from Wheel of Time.
Oh, Daniel Henney.
Daniel Henney is
All
Dalinar.
right.
The honor thing, he kind of just gets it to like fucking T, you know what I mean?
It would be weird to see him with like blue eyes, but I'm down.
Right? Yeah, that would be weird. No, Daniel Henney and everything and everything. Chris, thank you so much for that super chat. Way of Kings is almost like a prequel. Definitely feels like that. It's like, here is your setup, and
okay, but it's like a prequel where it stops when Anakin is flying to Mustafar.
Okay.
Like but it stops
and?
like it is a prequel that stops at Anakin telling Mace Windu, "Hey, this Palpatine is the Sith," right?
Okay, yeah.
And then it just stops there, and then it's like, oh. How does he become Darth Vader? We will actually handle that in a separate thing.
Daniel Henney is 44 years old. He cannot be Adolin. I'm so sorry. I know what you're saying. He looks good. He is a fine man, okay? He looks incredible, but he's 44 years old. I would say that, like, age-wise, I feel like it's appropriate casting. Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna like have to film this for the next. If you're making 5 movies or 5 seasons of TV or whatever it would be, you need him to still be able to do. I'm assuming Dalinar isn't completely out of the action just because he doesn't have a shard plate anymore, and so I think that
yeah, for sure.
Ember Eyes cast Adolin. I'm not even gonna argue with it because
no, I know you're so right. You're so right.
Manny Jacinto as Adolin
100%
is a killer choice.
Then I want to throw in...
Manny Jacinto's Canadian. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either. That's awesome.
I assumed he was from Florida.
Oh, he's
Florals.
Absolutely Adolin. And then I'm going to throw in my casting for Elhokar as Simuliu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, come on. Like, he's like... His, like...
You
Ken
want, like,
energy.
Daddy Elhokar?
No, his Ken energy is so, like, Elhokar. Like, I'm trying to be king, but, like, I'm not the best at it. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, he'll bring his Kenergy to Elhokar.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay, well, then we need a Renarin.
Renarin? Okay. Oh, no. I was gonna say Zoro from One Piece, but Renarin's, like, kind of just, like a little more, like, quiet and timid.
You know who I think would actually crush it?
Not timid, but...
Is, oh my god, the live-action Zuko actor. What's his name? Live-action...
Oh, from Avatar! As Renarin.
Yeah, what was his name? I'm Dallas Liu. Oh, we could have Simu Liu and Dallas Liu.
There you go.
I think that he would be a great Renarin.
No, that's so fair. Yeah.
I think that I thought he really played the, like, pain of the relationship with his father in Avatar so well.
Yeah.
I think that he would be a great casting choice.
No, good call. I really like that.
Okay, now we need...
okay, so...
the saddest one is, oh my god, what's his fucking name? He is always either a scientist or he's evil. Oh my god, fucking...
From what?
Oh, no, wait. No, I'm thinking of the guy that plays... oh my god, Daniel Day Kim.
Oh, Daniel Day Kim as,
Sadeas?
Sadeas?
Would be unreal.
I could...
Like,
yeah.
This man plotting behind the scenes.
I could see that. He's like 10 years older than Dalinar, but I think that that's fine.
Official ACM says Ki-Hee Kwan as Taravangian. I dig that. I'm really into that. With like a big old beard.
No, but that's so good though.
That's so good.
I was thinking,
guys, why aren't we casting movies? Us and chat, we crush this.
Okay,
this movie would be sick.
Ki-Hee Kwan, great choice. I want to throw in the ring though that Paul would also like crush that role.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, one of the bridge guys is older, right? Is it Teft that's older?
Teft is older.
It would be kind of fun to see Paul as like Teft. As like a grizzled
as
old
an
like
old soldier.
Yeah. Who like doesn't want to support Kaladin but does.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
who would we cast as Rock? Ooh, actually, I met an actor this week who would be perfect as Rock.
You met an actor?
Yeah. Dude,
oh
our buddy
God.
Jesse.
Oh
so
my God.
Jesse and I fell in love. Jesse is
Jesse is
literally the largest man I've ever seen in my life.
6'7", I think.
Like, he is so
His
big.
arms are like this large. Like,
it's disgusting. I have a photo of the two of us side by side. Guys, I look small.
The two of you together, but like, look at how large this man is.
Like, I want to be clear, I am 6'4".
Yeah.
Look at what this man does to me in photos. I look like an average height human being.
You do, which is wild.
He would be a great Rock. He's also a big old sweetheart, so I think that it would be very funny to have his like giant size and him be like, "Oh no, I don't fight."
Yeah, no,
he's also a very talented actor.
Yeah, he's so delightful. We met him in person, so yeah,
that's funny.
We're throwing our friends in there now because he'd be fantastic.
Well, he's also SAG. Like, he's like, you know what I mean? Like, we're our friends, but also professionals.
Sure.
And we need people who don't cost all the money in the world. You know what I mean? Like,
especially with the rest of the
castings are always like people. Everyone is like $1 million and above. Yasna. We need a Yasna.
My Yasna idea was actually Sandra Oh, but she might. I don't know if she'd be better as Navani because of her age.
Yeah.
And so I was like I actually don't know how old Sandra Oh is, but I think she'd be really great.
50, right?
She'd be really great at the like kind of like Yasna like attitude.
I think she'd be a great Navani though.
She would, yeah. I think she'd.
Yeah, she's 53.
Okay, so I think she'd be great as Navani, 100%.
Okay, now we need okay, so we have Navani. We need a Yasna.
Yasna.
Fuck.
Yeah. Huh.
I think we should have Sydney Sweeney for Syl, Kevin.
Fuck
we
off.
gotta get the youth vote.
I'm sorry, but
honestly, after watching Challengers, I would have Zendaya play Yasna.
Zendaya?
If you guys haven't seen Challengers yet, I think that she would crush it so hard.
You know,
but like being mean and getting shit done.
You know, that's not bad.
Yeah. I know.
That's really, that's not bad.
Karen Fukuhara would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm casting myself as Syl. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah. Anna Sawai is playing Shalyn.
Yeah.
Gemma Chan would be a good Yasna. That's true.
Oh, okay.
Michael Rosenbaum or Mark Strong as Zeth. You're just casting actors that have been bald in movies before.
I was gonna say Keanu Reeves. He's like, I don't want to be doing this.
Oh my God.
I do
bald
not.
Keanu Reeves would be so. I don't know that I could handle that. I don't know how I'd feel about that.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else would be a fun Syl. I think we've done it. I think we're pretty good, right? Yeah. Are there any characters we're missing? Jessica Henwick. Yeah, I would have Jessica Henwick as anybody. Selma Hayek for Yasna would be interesting. She's probably too close in age to Dalinar and Navani. Selma Hayek would actually, if you wanted to have some more like ethnic diversity, having Navani be Selma Hayek would be great. Keanu is Gavilar. I mean, it doesn't. You could do that. That'd be fun. Have him die in the opening scene.
Oh my God! No, you have to cast Sean Bean in that role, obviously.
Under the Veil says Eren Yeager as Kaladin. No.
No, absolutely not.
Elodie Young, Electra Nachios is not Yasna. That would be fun. Zendaya would be perfect Alethi since they are all freakishly tall. Facts.
Oh, fair. Yeah, that's fair.
All right. I feel like we cast enough people.
I think we did a pretty bang-up job.
I want to get to y'all's questions because I'm actually very excited about them. Let's dive in to the questions. Yeah, I'll turn that off. Thank you for a fun casting session. We are 43 minutes in. We're still good. We're still good. Oh, turn off streamer mode so that I can see your names. Normally Ice Cream, with an underscore in there, asks, given the discussions at the end of the book, what do you guys think is going on with Gavilar's death?
What do you think is going on? What do you mean by going on?
Like, what do you think the answer to why it happened is?
Oh, like why Gavilar got killed?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because we still don't know who Zeth was working for at that point.
I'm pretty sure it was the Parshendi.
You think so?
Yeah, I have a feeling that they took responsibility for it. So either they're working with somebody else. I think like this is what I meant earlier when I was like that it's the mystery that's brought up at the beginning of the book, and at the end of the book it's like I don't know. It could be anybody, you know. I don't even feel like we have like necessarily good clues about who did it or why.
Not really. Like at least not yet.
I know we'll get there. I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I because either Gavilar was killed to destabilize the kingdom or to incite the war.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are like the two kind of main options, to kind of like fuck shit up or to make sure that this war happens and take the Alethi to the Shattered Plains.
Yeah.
I don't know. The fact that Yasna seems to think that the Chasm Fiends are the... Or no. Where was the description of the Voidbringers that made them seem like Chasm Fiends? Because I know at the end of the book they're like, oh my gosh, I think the Parshendi are the Voidbringers.
Yeah.
But there's another section of the book where there's a description of the Voidbringers that seems like the Chasm Fiends. Right?
No fucking clue. It's a 1,000-page book. Asking me to pinpoint where any information is relayed in it is too much.
Yasna finds a picture.
Yeah. The photo is in the book. I just don't know where in the book it is.
Right. Yeah, there was a drawing that looked like a chasm.
And it's in the book. It's like in the Kindle version.
Yeah. So I feel like what?
I was like, are you not wearing pants?
No, I'm just wearing shorts. I feel like there I have this like horrific image in my brain.
Yeah.
Of like the Parshendi like luring the Alethi onto the plains, like getting them to actually all come out together.
Sure.
And then the Parshendi basically just like fucking like calling out the Chasm Fiends, and they all just like emerge and like slaughter everyone.
Yeah, I can see it. It'd be a great scene.
And so in regards to Gavilar's death, like I don't really know, because like I'm not 100% sure on the real reason he died yet. Yeah. So we'll have to... I need more information. Personally.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I wish there was at least, like, a red herring in the book for it. Like, I wish I was at least felt, like, misled on it or something.
Well, I mean, the book is like, oh, it's totally the Parshendi. But, I don't know.
Clearly it isn't. and maybe it's just, like, getting too far ahead of the book. And maybe I shouldn't try and get ahead of the book. But, like, it just kind of, it feels like this thing that I was, like, really interested to learn about, that the book was, like, it's actually not relevant to this novel.
Well, but the fact that they didn't deny it...
It is relevant. I just mean it's...
The fact they didn't deny it is weird.
Yeah. It would be... I think that... You know what I think part of this book's problem is, for my taste, is that it sets up a bunch of things that are really interesting, and then is like, we're actually not going to get into it in this book. And I'm like, but no, but you told me that this was...
It is literally
you made this interesting.
Prelude.
You made this interesting to me, and then you were like, but like the book doesn't actually care about the thing that it set up, and I think that might be like my expectations. I didn't go into the book with any expectations, but I got some expectations from the first few chapters, and then the book didn't satisfy those expectations with anything, because it was like, oh no, we're actually going to go over here for a bit.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll get to that later.
And so it's one of those things where like I'm still really interested in what happened to Gavilar. I just feel like the book wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is like literally an inciting incident, and that's it.
Yeah,
and
it is a read and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phantom Fail says, we are told in the last Zeth chapter that Teravangian ordered the assassinations, right?
Only the recent ones.
Only the recent ones after he got the list, not the one 6 years ago.
Yeah. Because Zeth has passed through different, like, owners, masters, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The recent people that he's all killed were Teravangian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Lightblind Fool says, isn't the Void the real problem? Voidbringers are just the messenger, right? Maybe. I don't know what the Void is. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the nothing.
I'm gonna say this too. I personally am less interested in when the bad guy is a cloud, empty space, a storm, basically anything that can't have motivations. I really like when villains have motivation, so I'm really hoping that whatever ends up being the Voidbringers, or whatever ends up being the Void, even if it is a god like Ruin in Mistborn, right?
Or Death.
I just hope that Ordeth has a personality and like has a reason to do what he does that isn't just, I want to destroy.
So wait, did you not like Ruin then?
No, I did, because Ruin's... I really liked Ruin's anger at preservation.
Thank you. I was like, thank you.
I like that Ruin was pitched as a jealous, angry, bitter little god who has this like hatred for the person that screwed him over on a deal. Like I thought that Ruin had a lot of personification put on him and wasn't just a force. I find sometimes that when you're fighting a force, it's one of the reasons why Lord of the Rings isn't about the fights for me. It's about the personal journey of friendship. And that's what makes that movie work, because Sauron as a villain kind of sucks.
Sure.
And I'm glad he's not actually in it. It's about getting there.
Yeah.
Right? Lord of the Rings, more than anything I've ever read, is about journey over destination, right?
Yeah.
The destination's fine, but like the journey is what that story's about. And about like literally the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
But they get away with that because the friendships are great. And it's so much about hope. Whereas like this I need the villain to kind of be cool because it's so much about despair.
Yeah.
And I just hope that Odium has like a personality.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting a little tired of clouds being bad guys. I don't find it as interesting as I did when I was a kid. Kevin says we don't get any real info on Ruin until the end of book 2 of Mistborn, if I remember correctly. Yes, but the Lord Ruler before that is like a character.
Yeah.
Right? He's a person that we can like get attached to his villainy because he has actions that are like that are antagonistic to the main characters, right? Whereas like the Parshendi in this are present, but they don't actually have... They are, in order to keep the mystery alive, they're just kind of nothing in this book. They're just empty vessels of combat that don't do anything. They don't interact with anybody. We don't get to like meet them as people. They are literally just mowed down constantly.
Yeah.
And there's no... So I'm hopeful that Words of Radiance introduces us to them as sentient creatures that have like things that they want. Like motivations. And it's really interesting to have characters who have desires. And it's less interesting when the bad guys are like Dynasty Warriors characters that are just like there to be fucking chopped in half.
Yeah.
To me.
No. Yeah. No, that's fair. Team Rocket asks, do you think that reading the other Sanderson books made you enjoy this one more or less? On one hand, he definitely had a style and a structure that maybe has been a bit repetitive over the last books. But on the other hand, you must have known or at least been confident he would bring it all together in the end.
I definitely thought he was going to bring it together more than he did. I think that reading the other Sanderson books hurt this one a little bit for me, in that I think the Sanderlanches, even Warbreaker, which I think is a fine book and that I don't like the end of, particularly the girl who fucks off with Vasher. The way in which the Sanderlanche of that book crosses those plot lines together into a satisfying finale for that novel, I think rocks. Right? When it does start to finally come together, I think the lead up to it, much like this book, is too long, and the girls are the POV characters that we follow, but they don't matter enough in the finale. They're just kind of present to watch men do stuff.
Yeah. The
way in which those plot lines interact with one another at the end rocks to me. Because they connect and they matter to each other, right? This book doesn't do that in the same way. I feel like the end of this book is, like, particularly Shallan stuff, is really just a really interesting but not like motivated exposition dump at the end.
Sure.
And so it's like, oh, this is really cool information, but like the plot line is Shallan and Yasna have a seat at an alcove and have a conversation about stuff that Yasna just wasn't sharing with Shallan until now. Because she has magic, and like the reason why Shallan's endpoint works out for her is because she has magical powers.
Yeah.
That Yasna's like, I guess I have to put up with you, even though you've been lying to me and you're a thief and you should be in the hospital right now. But you have magic, so I'm gonna let you in on stuff because you are special.
I think that this book actually works better for me, having read other Sanderson stuff. I think that because of the length of it, I would have been like, is this, I don't know who the fuck this Sanderson guy is. I hope he can like make this relevant. And so for me, I think reading his other stuff actually did help with the enjoyment of the book, because I was like, oh, he's gonna bring it home. You know what I mean? I was like anticipating it rather than questioning. And so I think that was a positive on my enjoyment of this book.
I agree with that so hard. I also am like, there are a number of places I would have put this book down for like months if it weren't for book club. I think I would have finished this book eventually. I'm not saying like I would have like but like if I was living a regular busy life at 32 now with a job and whatnot, and I picked this book up and I got to like maybe like 150 pages in and it's just a bunch, I would have been like, guys, I don't have time for this right now. When I was 15, I would have chewed through it because I had nothing but time, right? But now I'm busy. And like, I think that without book club, like there are definitely some points in this book where I would have been like, guys, I'm good. I'm going to find something that is a little bit more immediate to do because I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, I don't think I would have put this book down. Just because regardless of whether or not I had read a Sanderson book before, just because we've already established this, but the world matters to me more, and like I like creative takes on worlds, you know, like the Spren and the creatures and the storms, and it like does feel fully realized to me, and so I think that definitely would have like kept me going, even if I was like, you know, where is the plot headed for this book? Because like honestly, like the only book in recent memory that I have put down and never finished was actually Dune. Because I kind of got to, like, there's only, like, this much left at the end of that book. I read, I think, like, 90% of it. And then I just, like, I don't know, I put it down and, like, never picked it back up because I felt like I had, like, finished it already.
Yeah.
So I probably should just fucking finish it to say that I finished it.
Because you have, like, 40 pages
No,
left
I know. I was literally, like, at the end, and I just put it down, and I was like, yeah, I pretty much read Dune.
That would be like getting to Dalinar and Adolin showing up for the tower assault and being like, I think I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. But in terms of this question, I think that, that reading other Sanderson books was a positive for me enjoying this book.
I think it's a positive and a negative. I think it's both for me.
Sure, yeah.
I think that it gave me bigger expectations for how the plot lines at the end were going to tie together in ways that I don't feel like they did. And I think that like the big one for me is the Shallan, the big plot reveals in Shallan's POV don't mean anything for the other plot lines. And like if you're going to do a big exposition dump where you're cutting back and forth, the way that I like for that to work is that the big exposition dump cuts the information in it, and then the cut to that information is actually relevant to the scene that you're cutting to. It's not just separate information that will eventually come together when these plots come together at a later time, either by creating dramatic irony or informing the audience on something that they don't already know, that makes this next scene richer. If you're going to cut back and forth mid-conversation the way that they do, right? But instead here, it's just to say that this conversation is happening at the same time as completely unrelated events are happening. And that, to me, is why it doesn't work the best.
Yeah.
I do like this book. I feel like I'm being very negative. I'm not trying to be. I really do like this book. It's really just these questions so far are...
yeah.
It's their fault.
Blame the questions.
Johnny Coleman says, fuck, marry, kill, Kaladin, Adolin, Shallan.
Okay, look, I'm not gonna lie.
That's really tough.
Adolin pisses me off in terms of his romantic life.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, honestly, just, like, kill him. Like, get it over with. Like, right? both Kaladin and Shallan have, like, magic powers.
They both... Well, Shallan has a shard blade.
Yeah.
So, like, that's... I would marry Shallan because wealth.
She's also royalty.
No, she's noble. She's not royal, but...
Aren't they? No, you're right.
Yeah, she's online. She's online for the throne of Yakoved, but...
Yeah.
But do you want to marry into Shallan's family? I can kill the rest of them off.
Shallan's family is actually fucked. That is a great point.
It's a good
point. Fuck Shallan.
It's a good point.
And marry Kaladin. Shallan's family is
Shallan.
fucked.
No, if you're gonna fuck someone, fuck Adolin. He might be a fuckboy, but at least he probably is good in bed. He's fit.
No, he's
Shallan
only
is going to
woman...
be the worst lay ever.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Adolin is. There's a reason none of those women have ever stuck around with him.
Yeah, because he's a fuckboy.
No, because he keeps pissing them off. He's not good enough in bed to keep any of them around.
Well, he's not actually having sex with them.
But if hypothetically that's what we're talking about.
No, I think he would rock
He's
the
either a
fucking
virgin.
world.
He's either a virgin or he's terrible in bed.
Well, no, he's...
It is one of those two
yeah,
things.
he's probably a virgin. That actually is true, too. But Shallan is also definitely a virgin.
Yeah. But...
And, like, won't show you her left hand. Like, that's... Oh, God.
No, you get in bed and then you get to see the hand. That's the sexy part.
None of these are good options.
No.
These are all bad options. I don't think there's any one of them that I want to have sex with or marry.
Kaladin. Kaladin seems like a strong, fit lad.
Kaladin...
He also can do gravity magic. You know what you can do with that shit?
Do you want to marry into that kind of trauma?
No, but I'll fuck him. You know what? I'll fuck him. You know what I mean? Like, that gravity magic is fun for me.
Yeah, I think I'm different from you. I think I'm going to marry Adolin to become High Prince of Alethkar. Because
Sure.
Adolin will be off at war, and I'll be back in the kingdom just running shit. I'm not going to go to the Shattered Plains. I would kill Shallan. I'd fuck Kaladin.
No one's surprised at that. Yeah.
Yeah, kill Shallan, fuck Kaladin, marry Adolin. I'll run the kingdom. He can go off in his never-ending war and...
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That way I don't have to deal with any of them.
Pilx wants to know, how do you feel about crabs?
Blue, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. So many new nargs who can go watch the chapter reaction. And also, you can use emotes in chat. Guys, I don't know if you know this.
We can't start reading until we react.
There's emotes in chat.
I'm going to say this.
Oh, we have to react to the prologue?
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone commissioned it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Guys, just so you know, from now on, we are going to be painting while we react.
Yeah.
It's going to be our mini painting time.
Yeah, so you'll get to, like, watch the Stormlight minis come to life.
I love that my mustache is an emote on this channel.
No, it's great.
That's so funny.
It's incredible.
I love that stash. I'm going to bring it back in November.
Yeah.
No shit. Oh, actually, I don't know if I will.
No.
If you guys are in Toronto at the end of the year, you can come see me on stage. I'm doing a musical.
Yeah, go see Nerdy in a show.
By the way, we put out the schedule for Words of Radiance.
Yeah.
That's up everywhere. Go check it out. Just so you know, after Words of Radiance, book club will not be on Fridays for the rest of the year.
Yes.
I'm either going to be in rehearsals or I'm going to be on stage. There's nothing I can do about it. My schedule for the rest of the year is going to be crazy. And so there's going to be a weird period when I'm in rehearsals where book club will be on a day that I have off. We don't know what that is yet. And then once the show opens, book club is going to be starting November 11th. Book club will be on Mondays for the rest of the year. I'm sorry. I know that probably sucks for a bunch of people. But there simply is, I booked a show and I'm very excited to be a part of it. So the only way to not stop book club and keep book club in a morning slot where Europeans, I know we have a lot of European audience. It's going to be Monday book club, November through the end of the year at 11 a.m.
We're here to make your Mondays better, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm so sorry that's going to make things hard for people, but I literally, like, the musical that I'm doing is a kids show that is partially funded by the government, and so for me, it's going to be, we do, like, days. So the latest show we have is, like, a 4 p.m. on Saturdays. I'm really stoked to be a part of it. I think the show is actually going to be really cool. I'll give you guys more details once I know what they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a heads up that is happening. James Ross says state-sponsored propaganda, you say? No, it's definitely not propaganda. It's much too ridiculous for that. But.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, Canadian propaganda.
I know a lot of people won't be able to watch live. I'm really sorry about that. I hope that you still come check it out when it's not live, and then we'll go back to Fridays in January.
Yeah, unless for some reason Mondays pop off, but I
Avenue V, yeah, the children's musical Avenue V.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're hoping that during rehearsals it'll also be Mondays so that it can just keep it consistent, but we don't have rehearsal schedules yet, so
yeah.
Please bear with us as we figure out what the fuck our lives are going to be for the end of the year.
Yeah, Perry Wolf, your taxes will pay me to do a musical for children. One of the reasons I'm stoked about it is a theater company that you can buy tickets to the weekend shows, and I think some tickets to the weekday shows, but during the weekdays they deliberately bus in particularly schools that are in underserved communities. And so, getting to show art and be, I don't want to say an inspiration because that's putting my head up my own ass, but for the government, I like that Canada spends money for children to experience art and to be inspired to maybe do what I did when I was a kid, which was inspired to do musicals. And I've had such an amazing life because of it. One
of my favorite things when I was in school is getting to go see shows at Vertigo. I'm pretty sure we saw I think it might have been Drowsy Chaperone or something when I was in junior high. Yeah. Just that kind of stuff. It's a field trip. You get out of school, you go with your friends, and you're a kid, so you're probably a bit of a nuisance, but it gives the opportunity just change your pace, go see something fun, and enjoy some art. I think it's cool.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. I love being on stage. It's been a long time since I got to do it. And so anyway, I just wanted to be a heads up about the schedule for the rest of the year. It's going to get a little wonky, but I'm really excited to.
We are going to do our best to be as consistent as we possibly can.
We kind of want to be caught up by Words and Wind and Truth.
Caught up?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
To book 5 when it comes out early next year.
Oh, they're only on book 5?
Well, book 5 is the end of part 1 of the Stormlight Archive.
How many parts are there?
There's going to be 2. It's going to be 10 books total.
Oh.
So it's going to be 2 5-book series, apparently.
Cool.
So
okay,
I think that
comes out in December. Okay, we're definitely not catching up by December.
I think we'll cover it in early next year. So I think that we'll do book 3 through October, then we'll do book 4 through December, and then once you guys have all read it, we'll do it a month later. That way, I think that we'll bring in a bunch of Sanderson fans to our stuff because we'll be talking about the newest book.
Right.
In time to launch our Stormlight TTRPG show.
Yeah, okay. Mods, we will collab on that schedule. Because if we could catch up, that would be awesome. We're gonna
punt Mistborn Era 2 till after. We'll punt that till later.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Although
we just have a chance. We have a chance to cover Wind and Truth a month after it comes out if we just stick with Stormlight. And I really want to look.
Yeah.
I know we've said we're doing everything in publication order. Realistically, the best way to grow this show is to get to the new book a little bit after it comes out.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I want to grow the show. I love this community. And I think that the Mistborn Era 2 will be a fun post Wind and Truth read.
Fair.
Yeah.
You know what? Fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mods were
unless there's
shit up.
Spoilers for Mistborn Era 2 in later because it's Cosmere. I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah.
I trust you guys, but
yeah,
I would like to try and catch up.
Think there will be a decent spoiler for Era 2?
Is it a plot spoiler or is it a magic spoiler? Because if it's a magic spoiler, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Rob Ross, I'm fucking used to it. Yeah.
We'll talk about this. Let's get to the questions. We'll talk about this.
Not even here. And we're
I
just,
know. Poor Arzu's in the middle of. I don't know if they've said publicly where they are, so I don't want to out them. But are you gonna react to Edge Dancer and Dawn Shard? Yeah, Edge Dancer will be the 7th week of Words of Radiance.
Yeah.
So basically, Words of Radiance is 6 weeks of book club. Week 7 is the Roshar essay and Edge Dancer, and then Week 8 is the full book recap. And that full book recap will be the last Friday stream, and all of, I think book 3 is called Oathbreaker, will be during, I almost said the name of the show I'm doing, the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess don't announce that until you have a contract.
Yeah, I haven't signed anything yet. So
yeah.
I have the offer sheet. But let's get back to the questions. Thank you all for being so understanding. We adore you. How do you feel about crabs from Pilks?
We'll go back to the one above because I fucked up. But crabs are something that, like, if you just use good hygiene, that no one needs to deal with. So stay clean.
I mean, like, I like crab legs if you soak them in enough butter.
So you like butter?
Yes. And salt.
I like butter. Don't really like crab legs.
Alaskan king crab legs, a food that, like,
we might not
have for much longer.
Yeah.
Really delicious. Do you think Sadie Ass will face justice for his betrayal? If so, how? Thanks, Johnny Coleman. Yes.
I mean, yeah, the, like, fucking foreshadowing of that is pretty hard.
I don't think it'll be...
It's gonna be in, like, book 7.
No, it'll be in book 2. I think that it... Oh! I think the justice will come in the form of him having to deal with Dalinar being in charge of him.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't think it's going to be, like, Dalinar kills him. I think it's going to be in...
No.
Dalinar forces him to live his life in a way he doesn't want to, and he ultimately realizes that he likes it. Like, I think the greatest revenge here is going to be actually changing Sadeas's mind.
Okay, I was going to say something kind of similar. I think that his justice is in a similar way. He has to kind of do what he's told because he wants to do what's best for Elhokar, and him him realizing that what he has been doing has not been good for Elhokar, even though that's, like, his stated life goal.
Yeah, I just think Sadeas is going to die, but it's going to be heroically. I think that Sadeas will come around, and I think that Sadeas will probably die saving Adolin's life.
Adolin. Okay, I was going to say Renarin.
Maybe Renarin.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to be Dalinar, because I don't see Dalinar as being on the front lines anymore. Right?
Well, yeah, because he doesn't have his plate and shard. He's going to be more of a, like, general that leads from the back.
No, Sadeas is going to die saving Dalinar from Szeth.
Oh, from Szeth. And you think it's going to come full circle?
Szeth is going to overpower Kaladin, right? Because Kaladin's Dalinar's bodyguard now. But he's not as trained.
Oh my god, what if they try and pull the same stunt twice, but Sadeas has plate and Dalinar doesn't? So, like, Dalinar, like, runs and,
No, because I don't think it'll be planned.
Oh, okay,
I think that Sadeas will do it without Dalinar knowing. And so we'll get the, like, scene of, like, Dalinar holding Sadeas as he dies.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, damn. Damn, that's spicy. Pilks asks, do you think the Radiants gain power or just skill? And if so, how? I don't think flying is a skill.
Skill is power.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, skill is power. So, yes.
Yes.
Is that the answer to your question? You know what I mean? Like, the difference between skill and power in Magic is really hard to divorce.
Yeah.
Because if it's a Magic system where the amount of Stormlight you need to do an action is the same, no matter how powerful you are, and so it comes down to how creatively you can use Stormlight to gravity lash whatever, then in this world, skill is power.
Yeah.
Right? Like, power is power when it comes to the shard plate.
But skill is also creativity. It's the same in, like, Mistborn and in this. Like, everyone, you get these powers, and it's kind of how you use them. Not like my gravity power is a little more powerful than your gravity power.
And, like, Vin was more powerful in some ways, but she also was more skillful, which allowed her to be more powerful.
Yeah. I don't know how they gain power. Maybe they just go stand out in the high storm for, like, a night.
Breezy actually puts it really well. You can have the power granted to you, but that doesn't mean you automatically have the skill to use it. Yeah, and I honestly think that, like, power without skill is kind of meaningless. You can be the strongest person on Earth, but if you are too fumbly to use that in a fight, then you're still going to get beat up by somebody who's normally powerful, but you can't hit, right?
Yeah. Johnny Coleman asks, which characters, if any, do you expect to die in Words of Radiance?
Sadius.
Yeah, I just feel like that seems too soon, but then again, it's like fucking 1,500 pages, so...
It's too soon, but like, by the end of Words of Radiance, I think we'll have gone through the entire word count of Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like, I think all 7 Harry Potter books fit into the first 2.
Alright, well, if you're gonna say he dies in book 2, I'm gonna say he dies in book 3, just to for us to have different... Because I feel like book 3... I don't know. I feel like, who dies in Words of Radiance?
I don't know.
Elokar.
I don't think... Ooh, that's... yeah.
Elokar.
Maybe. I don't know that... I don't know that anyone dies.
I want Elokar to die so that Yasna becomes queen. Because I imagine she would be next in line, because I don't believe Elokar has any children with his wife.
I don't know.
They don't mention any children.
I'm assuming he has kids.
They don't mention it, but they do mention his wife. It feels weird to mention one and not the other.
Yeah, I would just assume that in the last 6 years, she would have gotten pregnant at least once.
No, she's at home and he is fighting. They don't see one another.
I know, but I'm saying that, like, for the safety of the realm, they would have made sure that they were together until they had a kid.
I don't know. You would think Dalinar would be like, how's your child doing? But, like, it never comes up, so I have to assume that he does not have children.
This might be a controversial opinion. I think Yasna would make a terrible queen.
Interesting.
Well, I don't think that that is a role that she would do well at. And I'm not saying that she's a bad character or a bad person. She's a murderer. But I don't know that being queen of a country would be a role that would suit her. Especially this nation.
Interesting.
Mimung says, wouldn't the queen be the queen? That's not how a lot of royal families do it. The queen would become like the queen or the queen is more of the queen consort, and then the like actual person in charge gets passed to someone in the family. You don't actually pass the person who's married to the king doesn't always become the queen in a lot of real world monarchies and fictional ones.
Yeah, I also think I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that a lot of people die in book 2 of this.
I bet somebody from Bridgefour dies.
Oh, yeah.
That's, yeah.
His wife being Queen Dowager, that's what I meant, not Queen Consort. Thank you so much.
There it is, yeah.
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 Carrion says, agree, but I'm not sure Yasna would even want the crown. I don't think she would, right? And I think that if there wasn't the threat of the Voidbringers, Yasna would probably be pretty good at it. But I think that Yasna, or she'd be fine. I don't think she'd be a great queen. I think she'd be a fine queen. I don't think that Yasna would crush the love of her citizenry. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't think that Yasna is going to be the character that brings people together, which is what an empire like a Lethkar needs. You kind of need a like populist leader that people rally behind, and that's not the vibe I get from Yasna. I think that she's a very valuable researcher and analyst and advisor to someone on the throne, but you kind of need that like charismatic.
Okay. Elokar dies.
Yeah.
And Dalinar takes the throne.
Terrible, but yeah.
And it's bad. And it's like bad.
Oh,
and
I can see that happening.
That is Dalinar's downfall.
Yeah, he becomes the tyrant that he says he used to be.
Yeah.
I absolutely think that the plot could go that way.
Yeah. Jack asks, how do you figure Shallan's relatively poor for nobility family was able to obtain a shard blade and keep it a secret?
Bloods, man.
Oh, the like organization.
Yeah, they're part of a secret. They're part of like a secret Illuminati cult.
They got the shard blade from the Ghostblood cult, or do you think they got invited into the cult because they had a shard blade?
The first one.
Oh, okay.
Because
I just think
her dad doesn't
are...
sound like some kind of like crazy soldier.
No, I imagine that this shard blade, honestly, has been in the family for several generations. Was my guess, and that's why no one remembers that they have it. like that somebody kind of got it in secret, or maybe actually the brother who disappeared
Maybe
got it.
And he killed his brother, and he had to keep that. He had the Shardblade secret because he was the one who killed his brother.
His brother.
Yeah, Shallan's dad didn't.
That's not his brother. That would be his dad, but that doesn't. No, because Shallan got the Shardblade from killing her father.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense unless her dad killed her brother to get the Shardblade from him.
Yeah.
Which is possible.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really way more interested in where Shallan is headed than I am getting further into her past.
Yeah, honestly, how she got the Shardblade isn't actually like I find it mildly interesting.
If the
that's
ghost
why
bloods,
in my head canon it's been in the family for a while,
yeah.
and that's why no one remembers that they have it. Like it's not well known.
If the ghost blood, if I'm like really into the ghost bloods in the next book, then I'll want to know.
Yeah.
Right now, they're just kind of a thing that was thrown in at the end that I'm like, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the secret society because I don't know what they want.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean, right? Like I want to know the motivations of why people are doing things.
Yeah.
And keeping the motivations a mystery to me is actually maybe my central issue with this book. Is like the why, and the one big motivation that we find out is Sadeas's, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't find his motivation for killing Dalinar to be that intriguing or interesting. It was just kind of like, well, I had the chance. And so I think that once we start getting the motivations of why anything is happening, I think I'll be far more invested.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what it is. I like the characters. I just don't really get why anybody's doing anything. And that why is so important to me. And so I've never read a book this big that tries to keep the like why anything's happening a mystery.
Yeah, I definitely think a lot, like, there's several of the whys that really work for me, but I think that there are definitely some that are less enthralling. Rob Pooh Bear asks, what do you think happened to Dalinar's wife?
Dalinar's chick, his dick is just that big, you know what I mean? He just split her in half, and he was like, I have to remember this. The problem is, he unremembers that that's how she died, and so he's gonna do that to Navani at some point. He's just gonna split her like a fucking can opener.
Like a can opener?
Just like, yeah.
How do you think can openers work?
Just...
I don't think you've ever opened a can in your goddamn life.
I get the chunky soups with the pop top.
Yeah, no.
Hashtag not a spot.
Okay, Dalinar's wife, obviously he went and made a fucking magic pact to get something to not remember her. I don't feel like she died in any special way. I didn't get that impression.
Probably in childbirth with Renarin, right? I feel like these kind of epic fantasy things always do the like crippled kid came from the mother who died in childbirth. It's a tale as old. It's just a tropey thing that happens in a lot of these. Is like I came out malformed and my mom died because I was malformed, and you know it's the Wicked. It's Elphaba's story in Wicked. It's I'm pretty sure Laris's story in House of the Dragon. It is a trope across a lot of fantasy.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy it.
To do the like, I don't know. I don't know. Brandon Sanderson is not above leaning into tropes. Like it's not like it's not like he avoids them. He kind of leans into them often, right? And so I think that
I just have a hard time believing that Dalinar,
Tyrion Lannister
made it fucking like 20 years without a like scribe, like a trusted scribe. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because
his brother was alive for all of that. There was no war. What did he need a trusted scribe for? There was nothing going on.
Because the fucking Alethi are shady fucks.
Yeah, it's weird to me that we don't know when she died.
Well, because he can't even remember her. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it could be here's it's one of those things where, like, the brothers never talk about her either.
That's why I think she died when they were young.
Yeah, so
Yasna never brings her up.
Fair.
Right? So I think that, like,
Why
Adolin...
would Yasna bring her up? You mean Navani?
No. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, you're right. Why would Yasin bring her up? None of the younger generation ever talk about her, and I think it's because they didn't know her. I think she died either when they were very young or in childbirth with Renarin.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jugger asks, what kind of spren do you think Shallan is seeing?
What is it? Cognitive spren?
Cognitive spren?
Yeah, because they're from the cognitive realm, right? Shadesmar?
Oh. I was gonna say, fucking, what's the name of the magic?
I don't know.
What are they called? What does Zeth do?
Surge binding?
Surge binding spren.
I think
I don't know.
I don't know that there's a specific spren for that because bind spren are the little things that show up on the rocks that when Kaladin is using it. So I don't think they would have like two different kinds of bind spren. But
no,
maybe.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think cognitive spren is hilarious because it implies that people who can't see them are fucking dumb as rocks.
Or just not aware of, other dimensions.
Okay, they're the fucking plane hopping spren.
Sure.
Maybe they're like a weird well, they can talk, which is weird. But they're like a no, that's not the word I'm looking for. What's like can't find the word. Sorry.
You're crushing it today, babe. Proud of you. I'm serious. We've had a rough week and we're pushing through, and I'm acknowledging that like this is a tough book club and we're doing the thing.
I'm trying to think of the word for like I'm pretty
soul
sure...
spren might be true. Soul spren makes sense.
No. What's the word that
Why
starts
not,
with like
right?
an O that's like...
Orgasm?
No, it's like a...
OBGYN?
Shh, stop for like a second. It is the... Like when you're... like...
Omnipresent, omniscient.
I don't know.
Omni-man.
Doesn't matter. It's probably... Whatever I'm thinking of, it is probably not that. Like... Let's be honest. I'm probably wrong.
Omen spren's good. I like that. All right. Did the alien biology weather of Roshar influence your enjoyment of the book? My enjoyment? No. It definitely have some questions. The fact that they have to get their food from magic makes sense, given the fact that their season cycle's fucking insane.
I liked that Roshar felt fully fleshed out. So I will say that it aided my enjoyment of the book.
Yeah.
Math spren. Go fuck yourself.
I do.
Actually, math spren because they're specifically geometry spren with the like...
Oh, maybe. Well, they're not geometric shapes, though. They're like swirly.
Oh, I thought they were like hard line. Like, I thought they were like sharp.
All
and,
of
like,
the photos in the book are like... They look like Cthulhu-esque.
Oh, for some reason I thought they were like very angular. I don't know why. The word sharp comes to mind, but I don't know.
I definitely think that like the weather being... I do love when authors create worlds with season cycles that would lead to everybody dying. Like, seasons are so important, you guys. I don't think you know how important seasons are. If winter could just randomly come through and kill crops and we wouldn't, like, see it coming, that would be so bad.
Well, they can, like...
Have you come from, like, a farming community?
Yeah, but...
Random winter would be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, but they have a completely different ecosystem where, like, you could probably grow the equivalent of, like, wheat in, like, 4 weeks or whatever instead of, like, you know, for us, crops take, like... crops adjust because the seasons exist. So if seasons were different on a different planet, then the life that existed there would have adapted and evolved to deal with that kind of season, which is why they like retract and they come back alive. So I don't think that that's weird at all. I think that Brandon Sanderson really like fleshed it out with the retracting and like with like a totally different ecosystem, like everything is so different. I think that I think it works for me really well.
Sure, is a fantasy world that absolutely does, right?
It, to me, feels like it could work.
It would be really tough. The high storms being as dangerous as they are for crops would be really hard to grow food.
Depending on the food. Like, if the food also fucking retracts into the ground, then it's like, damn, good for them.
The food that we're talking... yes, when you're
they
talking...
They can also make food out of rocks. That is
well,
fair.
But that's why I started with the fact that they make food out of magic makes sense in this world, right? And obviously, when you get over to Shin, where the high storms aren't as bad, that's where they grow crops. And so
true.
Maybe you're, like, just circulating food around the world really well, but the ability to grow crops for a city, for like the scale of a city, it's a massive undertaking that involves really, really perfect weather conditions.
Are there storms, Spren? Like, I feel like there should be, like, Spren that come up when...
there's wind Spren, so yeah, there's gotta be.
Well, I just, like, they're, like, trying to predict these high storms, and I'm like, I feel like there should be a Spren that pops up when a high storm is coming.
Maybe that's how they do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we haven't actually gotten into what... We haven't gotten into what the Spren... Or what we don't know what the high storm predictors are, or how they do it. So.
Kaladin's community was farmers, so they did have the crops that have like a fucking
pulled worms out of the ground. Wasn't that what their crop was worming?
No. So the crops are like these like basically like rocks, from what I understand, like rock buds that have grain inside of them. So they have a hard shell to withstand the high storms. When they were worming, worms can get in there and just eat the whole thing. Okay. And so they had to take the worms out before they ate it all and like grew. So their crops literally are these like hard shelled things to resist the storms that then they crack open and harvest out of, instead of the actual crop itself being exposed. It's kind of like... I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I think that is a really hard crop to grow at a scale for like a city, right? Like
why?
Because you've
got like one thingy here that has just like a bunch like
it depends on how large they are, how quickly they grow, and how densely packed they are.
Well, and that's the thing, I have no idea how fast
and how much effort it takes to grow them. I'm not saying that it's bad, and I'm not saying that Sanderson's wrong. I'm just saying that like the world, based on my understanding of farming and agriculture, and it is a world I grew up in, right? Like that is where I come from, Cowtown, Alberta. I worked on a farm.
Yeah.
It sounds like an incredibly, and like Rodney Straight has it right here, it is a very labor-intensive crop, and the amount of labor that you would have to put in to get enough food for a city is hard, right? Whereas like grain, we can go, if you watch Rebel Moon, you can watch it in beautiful detail for an hour of part 2. We watched the whole, it's terrible.
Just don't watch
We didn't even want to make content out of it. We did not like it at all. A rock bud can grow to the size of a barrel. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of food. A barrel is large.
Yeah, that is fair. I just want to say, Line of Fiction, thank you for that super chat. This is what I love about Sanderson's world building. The seasons are effed. So he came up with a reasonable ecology that evolved around it. Yeah, I think that, to me, it was like, oh, he really took the time to, like, kind of justify and, like, creatively emphasize the differences of his world. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's an interesting. It is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why the worming is so important, because if you lose one barrel full.
Yeah, I mean that's so much food, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm saying that like the biology weather stuff didn't impact my enjoyment negatively or positively. You know what I mean? It's interesting. It's not the stuff that I care about the most, but
yeah,
you know, it's cool.
Yeah.
I just buy it. I'm not sitting here being like, it's an interesting fantasy world, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how it would work in real life, but like I don't need to. You know what I mean? Like, it's the fantasy of it's fun.
Yeah. Zaz asked, do you think a Spren appearing next to a colorful explosion could defeat the Spren of a sturdy stone wall?
So Chloe asks, what interlude character are you most interested in seeing more of? I mean, Zeth, right? Because Zeth actually feels connected to the plot. So Zeth is great.
Yeah, I 100%. I agree with that. The other ones, I'm like, I sure. Dinah, thank you for that super chat. Clara's sounding like she grew up in Hearthstone. Hearthstone. What's that?
It's the town Kaladin grew up in.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I missed that. I'm so sorry. I definitely did not remember that. Which mod approved that question? I don't know, but it has 5 likes on it, so.
Daniel Klauser says Zeth doesn't count. He's an out of interlude character too. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't care about any of the other interlude characters at all. If none of them ever return, it was nice that they were there.
It wouldn't make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference. I don't give a shit. None of them. There's museum art lady. Don't give a shit.
There's a
ancient
lake guy.
Spren fucking.
Oh, okay. They're the Spren,
immortal Spren.
The Spren researchers I thought was actually like kind of fun.
Sure, but I don't need them to come back.
Sure, yeah.
Like there's no plot for them. It was an interesting interlude about how measuring Spren works. And so, like...
But I want to know more about Spren, so I guess that is the only reason that I would maybe...
Sure.
If I were to pick one that wasn't Zeth, it would be them. I really don't care about the Pure Lake guy or the...
I don't care about the Immortal dude.
Or the...
I find Immortal dudes rough,
yeah,
narratively.
Sure.
Like, why haven't you been solving problems if you're immortal?
Chloe wants to know what we think the old magic is.
I'm assuming it's the shard that they named the shard, but I can't remember what its name is. But I'm assuming it's a dead shard, kind of like how Scadrial has 2 shards, right? But one of them is kind of like Ruin is still in power, but Preservation was that present and is gone now. I'm assuming the old magic is related to a shard that's kind of died off the way Preservation had. Maybe we'll find a Well of Ascension.
Wouldn't that be something?
Cultivation, yeah. So I think that Cultivation is probably alive, but like there might be like a dead shard or something that had magic that is still around.
Wait, no, I thought we literally saw Cultivation die. No, sorry. They talked about a different... The guy who's the Almighty, we didn't learn his name, right?
Insane.
I know.
This conversation is so wild. You know, the immortal blue guy that showed up for a chapter for some reason and was not relevant to the rest of the book.
He was blue?
Wasn't he blue?
No.
Was he blue, guys? There was a blue guy, right?
There was a blue Spren in the water.
No, there was a fucking blue guy in this book, right? Yes. Yes, there was a blue guy.
In the interludes, yeah.
He is blue. I'm right.
Yeah.
You know what?
I was like, the Almighty was blue? Okay. All right. Blue.
I don't know that Tuon's black and everyone loses their mind.
Yeah, Tuon was in a lot of those books.
I know.
I'm just saying. Yeah, no idea what the old magic is.
I'm sure it's just like another... and I'm sure that will come back, right? Like, I think the old magic will be... I'm sure the old magic is only dead in terms of practice, not in terms of actual death.
Yeah.
You know.
Brady Flanagan asks, let's play a game that I call Axehound or Kremling.
Let's not.
There's a lot of world building in this book. Some of it you hear constantly, Kremling, and it gets tiring. Others sound really cool.
I didn't find Kremling tiring.
No, I didn't. Like a crazy crab dog, Axehound. But we get almost nothing of them. What are some elements of the world building that you would consider a Kremling, you're good with it, move on, or an Axehound, Sanderson, stop and explain the damn thing? Okay. I get the premise. I don't honestly, off the top of my head, there are no elements of the world building I would consider a Kremling.
I didn't find any of the world building annoying.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I think that like I think the world building is the strength of the book. I just wanted more from the rest of the book. Like the world building is the thing that I don't really have a problem with.
Yeah, I feel like I have so many Axehounds. You know what I mean? I'm like
the plot.
Yeah. Or actually, there was one thing that I wanted to touch on that I felt was like, I think honestly, the jankiest part. Okay, I re-listened to the chapter where Dalinar thinks that he's supposed to trust Sadeas.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it felt a little shoehorned in. I have no idea why the Almighty was like, yes.
Just randomly.
In a
I agree with this.
Conversation.
100%.
Yeah.
That is the weakest fucking shit. And that it just lines up with his question.
Yeah. That part is a little weird to me. So I think as an Axehound, I'm like, Sanderson, stop and explain the damn thing is like what this like journal that's left behind is, and like what he thought this one side of his conversation would be, and why it would be a good idea to be like, yes. I
completely agree. I went back and read that exact same section because I was like, how did Dalinar fuck this up?
Yeah.
And it's pure contrivance.
It feels is a little weak.
So contrived.
Yeah.
But it is what the finale of this book hinges on.
Yeah.
And it gets into my issue with Sadeas' reasoning is that like, oh, this is just so... Yeah, it is by far, and I was going to bring this up at some point, it might have been my low of the book, is the book really hinges on the fact that the Almighty randomly says yes at some point for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I'm so glad you brought it up. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to understand I would love to understand why he made that choice, because I think it's a very weak choice.
Yeah.
And it makes weird. It makes the like reveal weird, because you're like...
Like, here's the thing. You could have adjusted it slightly and just been like Dalinar's... Because he says, like, you must unite them. And then Dalinar's like, but do I trust Sadeas? And instead of saying yes, the Almighty could have been like, you must.
Yeah, because then it's a continuation of the sentence he was already saying.
Yeah.
That would be a stronger choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just odd. But
it's also weird to me that, like, they have... So, one of the things that I find that makes me have a hard time believing the, like, Almighty thing is that Dalinar is having a bunch of these visions where he talks to the Almighty. They're just off page, right? And so, in none of them, there's not any moment where his conversation with the Almighty doesn't line up.
Yeah, true.
He's like... You know what I mean? Like, if the only times he had visions were the one on page, I would almost buy it more. Yeah. But because we know there's all these other times that it's happening that are just, that we don't see.
Yeah.
It's very odd to me that he hasn't, it's like, is Dalinar just not that smart?
Yeah. In terms of the question, I think my other, like, big Axehound is what is the Parshendi versus, like, the Parshman. Like, I'm like, I need to understand what's going on.
I just want the Parshendi to be characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it pee time? All right, bingo players, it's pee break time.
I hate this carpet.
All right, let's get into the next question. What's the next question? Where were we? I am the Synod says, if you could take any character you've met in the Cosmere and bring them into the Stormlight Archive, who would you choose? Oh. Who would I choose from the rest of the Cosmere? I mean, I feel like Ellen Venture would be a good... Ellen would be good, right? He would come in as a Light Eyes, and he would be able to, like, communicate with the Alethi about how to treat people better. I feel like the Alethi need, like, a philosophical character to help them understand how their systems are broken. And I do think that that's something that Elend did really well in in Mistborn. You guys are saying like Vin and Kelsier, and like I don't know that we need more magical murderers. And not that Vin and Kelsier, I agree with what they did, right? Like, but like Vin and Kelsier don't make this situation better. They would just be more combatants. So like if you like battle, like more combatants is one thing, but I think that Elend would be the right person to influence Alethi society towards being better. Like I do. I think Yeah, we need to fix that fucking carpet. I think Ellen. The question is, what Cosmere character would you bring into the Stormlight Archive from another like Stormlight world, Cosmere world?
For what purpose?
Just to bring in, I don't know, whatever purpose you want. I said Ellen because I feel like he would be good at putting in the like how the philosophical way to improve Alethkar society would work.
Yeah, okay. I mean, to be honest, I feel like I would bring in a fucking ferrochemist. Because, like, these people are very bad at remembering their own histories.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Just like pre-God Sazed out there, like...
Well, yeah, because
they're like... I would like
for
you to tell me your story.
Literally, Elhokar, who is the king of the fucking country, is like, the Knights Radiant wrote The Way of Kings. And Dalinar's like, no... They didn't. And he's like, it says that all the light eyes should be slaves to the dark eyes. And Dalinar's like, no, it doesn't. Like these people are so... They don't give a fuck about their own history. Yeah, like Tindwell. I would fucking send to it. Tindwell would fucking put Elhokar in his goddamn place.
I love you. You don't need to hit the desk so hard.
Sorry.
There is a microphone. This is a podcast. You've just been doing it a lot today for some reason.
Oh, I don't know why.
You keep...
This is a fucking point that I'm trying to make. There we go.
Yeah.
I think they need it. I really, 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 really do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm a Stick says, what do you think would be the Cosmere's tongue twister? What?
What the fuck? It's got to do something with fucking Kremlings and shit, right?
Oh my god, guys, I don't fucking know. Okay, come up with a tongue twister on the spot. That's easy.
Could a couple Kremlings clear the creme from a creme? I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. Like, I've never made a tongue twister before.
It's got to be something with like spren, right?
She sells sea spren by the seashore. I don't know.
I think I've got an idea. Cal caught chasm creepers creeping around the chasm corner.
Great. Love it.
I think that's a good one, right?
Well done.
Cal caught chasm creepers creeping around the chasm corner.
Love
that's
it.
a tough little tongue twister.
There you go.
There you go. For when you're warming up for your musical in the fall. Cal caught chasm creepers creeping around the chasm corner.
I have a tongue twister redeem for my like Twitch stream, and it's honestly my favorite because I feel like I'm like actually pretty decent at tongue twisters, and so I usually like get it like like at least the second try, or I get it first try and then I try again and I fuck it up and I'm like, damn it.
How much creme could a Kremling creme if a Kremling could creme? That's not really tongue twister. That one flows too easily. You got to throw in some like odd consonants. Like the how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck? It's the switching between the soft and the hard consonants that makes the tongue twisters, because you want to be using different parts of your mouth, right?
Yeah. Like
she sells seashells by the seashore. You're like changing the shape of your mouth, which is what makes a really good tongue twister. Whereas how much creme could a Kremling creme? It's just you keep that's all forward. If a Kremling could creme.
The way you make it Cosmere is Syl sells, she sells by the seashore.
Yeah, but there's no seashore. They're in the chasm.
Always?
Did they leave it in this book? Not yet. Maybe there's a sea later on.
Syl can fly literally anywhere she wants to. She goes and gets a fucking leaf.
No.
She can go to the sea.
I don't think she can get that far away from Kaladin.
I mean...
I think she'd lose her memories and then she'd just be nothing.
Well, we don't know that for sure, so...
Yeah. That's actually Sanderson's commentary on women in general. They need to be with a man or else they're useless.
Oh my god.
Brandon Sanderson is a notorious sexist. It's why I love him so much.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Maybe she got the poison from the seashore. Yeah, maybe. You don't know.
Rob Ross Pooh Bear says, what do you think happened to Gaz?
Still Poison's Bridge Boys by the Seashore. Daniel, how dare you?
I like Still Poison's Bridge Boys by the Seashore is actually pretty good.
What happened to Gaz? I don't know. Did something happen to him? I don't remember.
Or Still Poison's Bridge Boys by the Chasm Cliff. Get like a little tough little constant action in the end there.
Okay. Could a couple Kremlings clear creme from the chasm crevices?
Ooh, that one's good. Could a couple Kremlings clear creme from... Yeah, that's a good one, Blue. Could a couple Kremlings clear creme from the chasm crevices? Yeah.
Red leather, yellow leather. I don't know. Did something happen to Gaz? I don't remember.
I don't remember what happened to Gaz. You just keep hitting the table.
Sorry.
We just got comments about it lately where it's like every time you hit the... Like, someone was like, oh, it's loud. They were like, you need like a rumble or something.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know.
You don't usually do it this much, though, but today you're just like slamming the table.
I think it's because I can't like emphasize vocally.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm making up for it.
It's like that TikTok where it's like, if an outfit isn't interesting by shape, it must be interesting by color. And if it is interesting by color, it must be interesting by texture. Just start hitting me. Ow, mommy. What?
That's a new one.
Rob Ross, I have no fucking idea what happened to Gaz.
You know what? I kind of just forgot about him, like Danny in the Iron Fleet, you know?
Is he dead?
Did he die and I missed it?
I don't remember what happened to Gaz.
I don't remember either.
Wait, what happened to Gaz?
He is actually the Voidbringer. Like the singular Voidbringer. Red chasm, yellow chasm.
Red chasm, yellow chasm is pretty good. That's a good warm up.
Yeah.
Red chasm, yellow chasm. Yeah, no, that's a good mount. That's getting it all moving.
Did you ever do the the Dr. Seuss one, like Luke Luck likes lakes?
Yeah, that was good.
That one was wild.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan is a good one.
It's not a good one at all.
The Arsonist had oddly shaped feet. I don't know what I'm guessing. I think we'll find out in the next book.
Sure. Yeah. I have literally no idea.
Elgage asks, which characters that you haven't met yet are you most excited to meet in future books? I really want to meet Elkar's wife. Really curious about Elkar's wife.
He hasn't mentioned her once.
I know, that's why I'm more interested in...
Yeah. Do you think he likes her?
I think she's either going to be my favorite character in the series or the worst person ever.
Yeah.
She's either going to be a political marriage that just sucks, or she's going to be, like, too good for him. And I'm going to be like, girl, I'm so glad you don't have to deal with Elkar's bullshit.
Yeah, that's kind of the only character I can think of that I would want to meet. Who else have we not met?
Flashbacks to Dalinar's wife I'm really interested in eventually getting.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to know who Anna...
Huh?
The woman that Kaladin loves that we haven't met yet.
Oh, I figured she was dead.
Yeah, but I want to know more about her.
Oh.
It was really weird that we have flashbacks to his whole fucking life and we don't get the...
Oh, sorry. Which characters that haven't met each other yet are you most excited for?
To see meet in future books. Oh, I'm so dyslexic.
It's okay.
Why do I read? Why?
You listen. I have to read.
Is there an audiobook for this?
You're not allowed to read questions anymore because men don't read.
Fair.
Yeah, Christian Rapper, they literally mention Elkar's wife one time. I believe it is a singular time.
Shallan and Adolin are gonna get married.
Honestly, good for them.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I originally thought Shallan and Kaladin, but I think that Shallan and Adolin are going to be a cute little couple once they meet up. Or Shallan and Renarin. I think that Shallan marries one of the two boys.
Here's the thing. I don't think that Adolin has the... I think out of the two of them, I think Renarin would be the most interesting for Shallan to, like, have a life with, because he seems more... Like, although quieter, he seems like the more intellectual of the two brothers. And I feel like they like as
actually no, that's why it's gonna be Adolin. They're too similar. Now that she cares about research, her and Adolin are gonna be together.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not gonna be Kaladin because it's gonna be too much for the like light eyes, dark eyes thing. And Shallan Shallan needs a politically advantageous marriage to save her family, right? She's gonna fucking marry Adolin.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet. I'm like willing to bet that that's what happens in this book.
Sure. I'm excited for Kaladin and Szeth to meet one another.
That's less of a meeting and more of a fight, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you think they talk at all, or do they just go straight into battle?
I don't think they're going to get a chance to talk because Kaladin is protecting Dalinar, and Szeth has to go kill Dalinar. So I think it is literally going to be a fucking face-off. Like, I don't know if it would leave them time to speak.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know.
I don't think Kaladin has a romantic life in these books, weirdly. I don't picture that happening anytime soon.
At least not with characters we know of.
Yeah.
There might be more.
Yeah. Do you in the chat say Shallan like Shallan or what? Shallan or Shallan.
No, there's just two L's and one is capitalized. That's all.
I know, but when you capitalize like that, it's Shallan. It's like
Shallan.
Isn't it Shallan?
The audiobook kind of changes. But I've just stuck with Shallan.
Okay, Scuff Dandy says, Szeth, the Sheninja.
The Sheninja.
Is very funny, because it makes me think of Shedinja, who is broken Pokemon, versus Vin, who is the better assassin. Oh, Szeth, 1000%.
You think so?
Yeah, Szeth is able to kill whoever the people who want them assassinated want, because he doesn't have, like, free will in it. Vin is you can't control Vin. She's, like, less valuable as an assassin.
I think if you took their personalities out of it, I think Vin is more effective as an assassin, because she can actually, like, sneak in and out. Szeth does not sneak very well from what we've seen. Or at least, like, doesn't really try to, maybe.
Well, but that's because his orders were to do as much damage as possible.
Sure. But yeah, I guess Szeth is a better assassin because he literally, like, has no choice.
Also, like, realistically, I don't know that Vin could do anything against Shardplate. Unless she, like, had Atium, I feel like Vin gets fucked up by a Shardbearer, and we watched Szeth kill 3 in one scene.
I think, like, the Shardplate isn't invincible. You just have to hit a piece until it breaks, and I think that with enough
With glass daggers? With coins? Like, the amount of impact you would have to do...
Well, they're basically like bullets, right? It's like shooting a gun. They move so fast.
Yeah, but they're not... armor-piercing rounds are shaped to be armor-piercing, whereas coins aren't, right? So you're not going to have the same effect.
Yeah, but it's not about piercing it. It's about doing enough, like, damage to break a piece, not getting through it.
I really feel like Vin... I feel like Vin's...
Can Vin pull and push Shardplate?
No, there's no way.
I mean, it is metal.
We don't know that.
Yeah, it's metal plates interlocking.
But we don't know that it's metal. It grows. You use Stormlight to make it grow back. You don't, like, put metal into it. It is made out of light. It is literally a, like, creature that you feed energy into, and it grows into armor. That is magically interconnecting. But, like, I don't think that you would... Oh, and Guillermo says it resists Surge Binding, and since Surge Binding is the same god magic as Allomancy, within the Cosmere world, I don't think it would work.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize that. I remember the Shardplate being described as metal interlocking plates.
I think Vin v. one Shardbearer, I think Vin would probably have a good shot, right?
Yeah.
I think Vin versus 3 Shardbearers, I'm giving the advantage to Szeth because he took out 3 of them.
Yeah, I guess so.
The scene in Yakaved is really, unless she has Atium, right? Because if it's with Atium, Vin always wins. But Atium is broken in that way. I think
she would knife them through the eye slit. That is true. There is the literal single weakness that can be exploited. And if Vin knew about it...
I don't think Vin's strength is sharpshooting, honestly. And Shard Plate makes them move faster, so she doesn't even have the enhanced speed issue, right? Shard Bearers move faster than an average person. Mm. I don't know. I think that I would give the advantage to Zeth in all of this.
I think it's tough without, like, all of the facts.
I think that
because, like, you could be like, okay, well, if Shard Plate boosts your strength by this much, but Pewter boosts it by this much or by this much, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Vin can fly. I mean, yeah, that helps.
No, to do any damage, she'd have to get close.
It
the problem is eventually she's going to have to get involved.
Here's the thing. I think if they're fighting in an open field, Vin is at a disadvantage. But if they're fighting in, like, a castle and she can just fucking bury them under it, like...
How would she bury them under it?
Well, like, you pull the metal out from inside the structure and just, like, collapse it.
I mean, castles aren't really held together by metal, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, she can't pull stones out of the wall. They're not technically metal, right?
Yeah, I know, it's hard
and
to
also,
know.
like, the amount of weight on her body, she'd rip herself apart trying to pull down a building.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think that... And look, ultimately, the question is assassin, right? Vin isn't an assassin. And so, Zeth is a better assassin. Vin, we can argue who is better at killing people, but, like, assassin means that you are working for somebody else. You don't assassinate someone for yourself.
Yeah,
right?
I guess you can't really divorce the, like, oath stone out of this, so it's Zeth, yeah.
Yeah, Zeth is an assassin. Vin doesn't really assassinate people. She could. Vin could assassinate more people in those books, and she actively chooses not to. And to, like, do other things. And to, like, approach her problems differently from that. Yeah. She kind of assassinates one person and is like,
Although I do think...
I don't know how I felt about that.
I do think Vin would be more evenly matched against Zeth than a Shard Bearer. Or a Shard Plate and a Shard Bearer. Because he's a Shard Bearer, but he doesn't use plate.
The problem for her is that his weapon has reach. He has immense speed.
That is reach.
Yeah.
That is all the reach. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. If she's just picking him off from afar, I don't know how he blocks the coins. Yeah.
Well, no, he can change gravity. So you can maybe get to the coin. No, he has to touch it, doesn't he? I don't know.
Pyre says, tough. Who was Lee Harvey Oswald working for? The FBI. Let's move on. Is there anyone in the book, this is still Scuffed Andy, is there anyone in the book that you currently think is LGBTQ+ or on the spectrum of gay?
Dude, Shallon totally checked out those titties.
I think that
that was the first thing she fucking noticed about Yasna. She walked in and she was like, boobs! Sorry, what did you just say?
I think that we want that, but no, it's not. I don't think Brandon Sanderson will write a gay character.
I don't think Brandon Sanderson's going to put them in there. I am inserting that.
Headcanon, absolutely.
Yeah, I am inserting that into the book.
I would love if Renarin was gay.
Yeah.
I would love it. I would love to have, like, a gay shard bearer fucking putting on his dad's armor.
That'd be sweet.
I would be very interested in that.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of, like...
But no, I don't think that Brandon Sanderson would write a gay character.
And
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does later. Maybe, like, since his early stuff. But, like, he writes the most prudish straight people in the world. And, like, I'm not sure I would want to read a gay character written by him. Like, I don't know that he would do the best job creating a gay character that I, like, believed was a real person.
Sure, yeah.
And I this is not a diss on him. Not everyone should try. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need writers to write shit that they don't know. I just don't get the vibe that Brandon Sanderson, like... I think that he respects gay people enough. But I don't think that he is, like, paying attention to the community, if that makes sense. Yeah,
I don't know. Because we haven't really seen him... because we, at least personally, from what we've read of his stuff... We don't love his, like, how he writes sex and, like, those relationships.
I like the Dalinar Navani relationship.
Yes.
I think of all the relationships, but it is a chaste, old, straight rich people relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that he did a good job of that. I think when this book came out, he was still anti-gay marriage, right? So like I know that he's changed his positions on that later on in life.
I think this was, I could be wrong, but I thought he like kind of changed that in like very early 2000s. But I could be wrong.
And I don't know. I don't want to judge him too harshly because I'm not.
Look, people change. I think that one of our greatest failings as a society is not allowing people to change and become better. Mm-hmm. And we hold things against them from a decade or 3 ago. That is unfair. Let people become better people.
It's because he changed his mind that I'm willing to cover stuff on the channel.
Yeah.
If he still believed that, we wouldn't be reading these.
No, but so people want to be like, well, he did believe this at one point to like wag a finger. And I'm just like, let's let people, grow as human beings. That's what we love in a story like this. 100%. And so let's bring that into our everyday lives.
But like, when I'll be honest, I'll be very transparent with the audience. When we finished The Wheel of Time, we did Brandon Sanderson's Wheel of Time books, knowing there was controversy about it, right? But we didn't really know much about Brandon Sanderson. We hadn't, researched it at all.
Yeah.
Before we decided to move into the Cosmere, we had many long conversations about how we felt about Brandon Sanderson's stances and whether or not we wanted to promote his books. Because that's what we're doing, right? By talking about them, we are putting them in the world.
Yeah.
And so we read the way his positions changed. And it's the way his positions changed that... are the reason why I am comfortable putting out there that I like his stuff and I'm willing to promote it. I want to play the Stormlight RPG or the Cosmere RPG. Fucker, you fucking liar. That doesn't. But like, if he was still anti-gay marriage, I wouldn't cover this. We would be reading other books. Yeah. I don't want to read homophobic writers unless they're dead and like then whatever. If they're long gone and the books aren't super homophobic. Then like it's a little bit different. Yeah. But like I'm not gonna read an ongoing series written by someone who thinks that like the bisexual half of me shouldn't have, or the gay half of me should have less rights than the straight half. I'm just not going to. I'm not interested in engaging in that. If you do not like gay people, I don't like you. Like you're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too much a part of who I am. It's too much a part of my friends and my family and everybody I know. I don't fuck with that shit, right?
Yeah.
But he has clearly changed his mind, right? And he has clearly evolved. And I like the direction he's evolved in.
Yeah.
And so I am happy to engage with his content because he has grown in a way that I think reflects the direction society is headed. And I think that he's been very mature about it. I like the way he's written about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy to support him because I think that he's a very open-minded person who has a lot of love in his heart. I might shit on some parts of his book sometimes. I'd be having fun with them, and but I don't dislike Brandon Sanderson at all, and I haven't actually found a reason in the last 10 years to dislike the man. Yeah. Even if I think that, 15 years ago we would have heavily disagreed on a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So no Harry Potter book club? No. There's not enough in there to do a book club on.
Well, yeah.
They're not exactly like complicated books.
Yeah, it's no, we're gonna stick with some good stuff.
We have so much Brandon Sanderson left, and then I don't know, there's other books.
John S. asks, if you had to pick a character too that haven't been a POV character to have their own chapter, who would it be and why? I would have said Navani, but we got a POV of her, so
yeah. Interesting.
Rock.
No.
I don't know.
Taravangian.
As a POV?
Yeah. What's going on? I would love... Are you kidding me? It would be great to have a Taravangian POV.
Yeah. As long as it
just for context.
As long as it didn't reveal too much. Like,
no,
I don't know.
That's why No. That's why I want it. I wonder what the fuck's going on.
Fair. All right.
There's one character who seems to know more than everybody else. I want to be in his fucking head.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did we get a Yasna POV? We did not. I'm assuming we'll get them at some point. I don't need them right now. Same with Renarin. Like, Renarin didn't do anything in this book that I was like, I'd love to see this from Renarin's perspective.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe we'll get him accepting the plate from his perspective.
Oh, Black and Blue Claw reader DNF'd Oathbringer.
Oh, no.
Wow.
All right.
I've seen the third book like the lowest on a lot of people's rankings of these. I see a lot of people put like 2 and 4 kind of interchangeably as number 1 and 2, and then 1 and then 3. So I'm really curious how we end up feeling about it.
Let's see. I'm a Stick asks, of what you've read so far, what would you think would be the hardest thing from the book to transition to the Stormlight TTRPG? Sorry, the Cosmere TTRPG.
Oh, the battles. Bridge battles would be really hard to run as a GM.
Oh, like on the planes?
Yeah, making those playable and having your characters be a small piece of a large... Anytime you try and have your players be a small piece of a larger battle is really hard logistically for the Dungeon Master.
Yes.
Or whatever they're going to call it in the Cosmere RPG.
Not that I have played a ton of different ways, but I have yet to like see like a war, like a full-scale war strategy play well, or maybe it's just like come across well, but like an entire like war battlefield in a TTRPG game is really tough to balance.
Yes.
And not take away from the players, because there's so much happening that isn't them that has to be dealt with, that I think like sometimes you can feel like turns in TTRPGs already sometimes take forever, and then if there's
Rob. God
and
damn
then if
that
there's
fucking wizard.
stuff happening elsewhere on the battlefield as well, like it's just such a big scale that I think the like war is the hardest part to put into a TTRPG.
And it's really easy as the GM to just narrate what is happening.
Yeah.
The hard part is giving your players agency within the within a battle sequence.
Yeah.
Which Rob Russo, who plays Kaladin in our Astral
Kaladin?
Dust. Sorry, Caligaro
in our Astral Dust.
In our Astral Dust show, he's a sorcerer, and so his turns just take forever because he's always trying to decide what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I need to be better about letting him know his turn is coming up. So it's actually on me as the GM, but he does not watch this show. He's also on vacation, which is why Astral Dusk is on hiatus, but we're coming back soon. Yeah. Promise. I don't know how you do those big battles. I think it's really hard. That's the biggest problem. I think like the powers are really easy to do. I think like all of that stuff you can translate really easily. I think that telling a story within the Cosmere is going to be really hard.
Wow.
Rob takes so long just to cast Shatter. Burned.
Fudgman gets it.
I think telling stories on the scale of the books is going to be really hard for TTRPGs, and I think that the thing that's going to be I think that the thing for people who love Brandon Sanderson and who come into TTRPGs because they love Brandon Sanderson and this is kind of their gateway in, the tough thing for them is going to be figuring out how to scale stories for the player characters to be a part of.
Yeah.
Because it is different than the books, right? These books can have these giant, crazy battles that you just can't play at a table in the same way because your players the story has to be for your players to play, not for you as the GM to be like, and then on this side of the battlefield, this bridge gets put into place, and then these horses march over, and it's like, okay, but what are we doing? What is our place in this? What is, and I think that, you know, it's why so many like modules for TTRPGs have a big battle, and it's like, and during this battle, the player characters are on this wall over here on a secret mission doing something that doesn't involve armies, because how do these 4 people fight armies is really it's a thing that I think every game struggles with, right? And I think that different games have different mechanics for it. I think the best version of it I've seen in terms of contentifying it was the final episode of The Crown of Candy on Dimension 20, which is a fantastic show that I think like and look, Crown of Candy is probably my favorite actual play I've ever watched all the way through. I adore it. I love those characters. I love the way Brennan DM'd it. But the final episode, I don't really love the big battle stuff. Even in the best version of it, in my opinion, it still doesn't fully work.
It's really tough to do. Yeah. But we'll get to play it soon and we'll get to find out. Bogdan Danbog asks, what song plays when Kaladin's oaths when Kaladin oaths up in the movie or anime version of this book, for me it's the most cliche of them all, holding out for a hero sung by Syl. Does she just get like a red glittery dress and like half spectacles?
Ooh, holding out for a hero is pretty good.
When Kaladin oaths up. You mean like when he fucking jumps and like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Thunderstruck is pretty good. By AC/DC.
What's the one that they used in the Star Trek movie? Like the recent Star Trek movie. When all the ships explode?
Oh, yeah, it's, Sabotage.
Yeah. That's like the like metal version, like the like emo boy version of the show.
That'd be fun. I would love just to steal from Guardians of the Galaxy if he like starts to like breathe in the stormlight and you just hear the like from the crescendo, they're like ooga chaka ooga 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 chaka ooga.
I was gonna go.
I'm hooked on a feeling, and they just start to
with the like dun 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 dun.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Barracuda.
Yeah.
Immigrant Song would be fun.
I'm
trying to think of like
working 9 to 5.
Defying Gravity would be kind of sick.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Still becomes a full-grown woman. She's like, something has changed within me.
No.
Something is not the same. We should make the musical. We should make like a like really low budget where like the Parshendi are like literally like small red face paint, but it's like a bunch of musical songs to like tell the story of Way of Kings.
We still have not made Les Mists yet.
Les Mists? I forgot
and
about Les Mists.
And we can't do anything until we do that.
We're gonna do Les Mists for Dragonsteel next year.
Oh!
That gives us like a year and a half to write it.
A live performance.
Yeah.
All right. We'll pitch it to them.
But it's just you and me. We play all the characters.
I don't want to work that hard.
I know you don't. Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, my God. Team Rocket asks, how's the gym going? Have you tried showing up with a giant wooden bridge and jogging around with it on your shoulders for a few hours? Calisthenics. That's very funny.
Haven't been at the gym like a week because of the con, and then I'm too under the weather to work out right now.
Yes.
But I'm good. I'm down about 30 pounds right now from where I was on May 1st. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking to lose another 30 by the time I start rehearsals for the show. I want to get down to 200 pounds is my goal, and I'm like 232 right now. I started at 260. So I'm really happy with the weight loss. Definitely, you haven't seen the bicep yet. It's definitely bigger. I'm lifting a lot heavier, but I'm so long that my muscles don't grow the way other people get like. That's sick. You look great.
I got really excited when I realized you could see my bicep flex from this side a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my arms are like an inch bigger. So I'm really happy with the growth that I've seen in my arms. And yeah, down like 30 pounds. And yeah, it's going really well. I feel really good. I feel great. And yeah, I mean, you've had less progress just because like you're already in such great shape, but you're also crushing it. Her ass looks great. It's really growing.
Thank you. I have gained a whole inch in the booty, in the hip measurement.
Yeah.
I will take it. It is so hard for me to like put on muscle. So I'm like trying my best.
But yeah, so I'm trying. I want to be around 200 pounds when I start rehearsals mid-October. So I got about 30 pounds to lose.
Yeah, we got goals. We got goals. I don't really have like number goals because I don't really weigh myself. To be honest, I don't find it helpful to me at all. I did not realize that you had to be 110 pounds to give blood. We almost like donated blood at Gen Con, and then we were like, oh no, wait, we have to like walk around. Like that's kind of tough.
Well, no, we were gonna give blood at the end of the day, and they were like, well, you have to be 110 pounds, and you like are maybe not. And
depends on the day.
I have sex with men, so it's like I'm disqualified for being gay, and you're disqualified for being too small.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put on a little bit more muscle and we'll donate blood here because I've always wanted to. I just
yeah, I've given blood in Canada. I've never given blood in the States because
Yeah.
I would be arrested. I don't really get.
No.
Yeah. I don't know how that works.
They have changed the rules, but I think it's like you have to be fully monogamous for like a whole year or something.
Yeah.
I think. And so it's the rules are wonky. We would have to like really actually look into it.
The rules are the rule. Yeah. It doesn't matter. We've talked about too much shit on book club. You guys already know we're fucking degenerates.
Yeah.
So all I can say is I don't qualify. Landfears, Bill, thank you for that membership. You both look great. Thank you.
21. Thank you.
We're going to start looking better, though. I want to get big titties. I want to start having, like,
You're gonna
big
get
old pecs.
bigger boobs than mine, which is, like, rude. Because there's nothing I can do to grow my titties without, like,
yeah, I'm going to have bigger boobs than you. It's going to be great.
It's not fair, okay?
Yours are going to look better than mine, though.
That depends on who you ask, actually. Yeah. So.
All right. Where are we? Early Ann says, you've been waiting for a healthy relationship. Now that we have Navani and Dalinar, what are your predictions for this relationship? I'm sorry. I said that it was well portrayed. I did not say it was healthy. I want to be really clear.
I mean, they like...
When you have to tell your nephew that you're fucking his mom after you beat the shit out of him...
But that's not their relationship. That's Dalinar and Ellikar's relationship.
Look, you marry your wife's kids. You know what I mean?
What?
When you marry your wife...
You marry your wife's kids? That's disgusting. We're not Targaryens. Like...
You know what I mean.
I have actually no idea what you mean by that.
When you become a stepdad, when you marry your wife, you are also bringing those kids into your family.
Oh, I was like...
No, I'm not saying you literally marry them. I'm saying that, like, you marry the family. You don't marry the person.
That makes more sense.
And so, the way that their relationship starts publicly is Dalinar goes to Navani's kid, physically beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And ends by going, by the way, you have to get used to me fucking your mom. It's not a healthy relationship yet.
I think
it might get there. It might get there.
Navani have a healthy relationship.
Healthy
enough.
I don't know. He can't remember his first wife because of magic. They've got some shit. They might get to healthy. They're not there yet.
That's fair. There's definitely some baggage. For sure. No, that's fair. I think it's gonna last until
I don't.
No, until I think Dalinar has like a fall. Like I think we kind of predicted that he like becomes his own undoing.
And that is this fall.
I don't know if Navani dying is that interesting, but I think that like her being like, I can't handle the person that you become.
I don't know if it's interesting or not. I just think that in that household, there's nothing she can do to Zeth when he shows up, right? And so like if Zeth kills her,
unless she's got like some crazy like Fabrial grenade launchers she hasn't revealed to the world yet.
This is one thing. I was spoiled a little bit on the TTRPG, and I'm super stoked because one of the classes is like Artificer, but it's like Fabrial Engineer or Fabrial Officer or whatever they call it.
Sure.
It's a class.
It's not really a spoiler.
I cannot wait for that. I think the idea of making Stormlight devices as a character class is so fun.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Guys, we need to read these books because I want to play this fucking game. I already have the plot for it, too. I thought up, when we were driving back from Gen Con, I thought up an entire plot that will probably change as we read the books because I want it to be, like, lore correct to Stormlight. But I have a, like, chasm creeping, like, storyline that I think is so fun and I want to fucking play out so bad.
Very fun. I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right. J. Broad says, if this book was adapted, what is the most important scene to get right? The sword in the stone. It's the most important scene in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. 100%. I agree.
I can't think of another scene as important to the like world as that scene.
Yeah. Silent Miss asks, how do you feel about Dalinar, someone at the top of the social hierarchy, being the person to free the Bridgemen from Sadeas, rather than Kaladin and the Bridgemen freeing themselves?
Well,
I like that it sets up that, like, not everybody who has power is, like, evil.
Yeah.
right? Like, Dalinar chooses to try and be the best version of himself that he can and, like, do good for others. Like, I think that Kaladin and the Bridgemen freeing themselves is, like, almost impossible. And it means that their lives thereafter are kind of shit. Unless they can get far enough away that they're never chased. And so this really gives them a chance at having an actual life.
I think that anytime there's that kind of freedom, it has to either be violent revolution or working together and understanding. And I always prefer working together and understanding because I think that we can all become better and we can all treat each other better, right? Like, I think that Mistborn had the violent revolution because it had to. I don't think that I need every story like this to be a violent revolution when there are men like Dalinar who can show the way towards peaceful. You know, like, I don't think that, like, the Emancipation Proclamation isn't a good thing because Abraham Lincoln was freeing the slaves instead of them freeing themselves. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I still think that Abraham Lincoln did a great thing. Now, granted, it's more complicated than, you know, the history of that is less simple than I think we sometimes remember it now.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I do really wish that, you know, Reconstruction had lasted longer and Jim Crow hadn't happened, right? Like, the history of that's complicated, but I don't look less upon the Emancipation Proclamation because it's complicated. It's going to be complicated. And Dalinar didn't really Dalinar didn't end racism here, right? He just ended this bridge practice.
Well, and people are saying in the chat, like, the reason this happened is still because of the choices that Kaladin and Bridge 4 made.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right? Like,
their decision to go back.
Exactly.
And they weren't all slaves, right? Like, Kaladin's a slave, but they're not even all slaves in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically, you know, as Bridgemen, there's not much they can do. But because because it stemmed from a decision that Bridge 4 made, I think that I think that I love it. It really works for me.
Yeah. J Broad says, which Bridge 4 member are you most excited about learning more about? Moash. I'm stoked for Moash. I like Moash a lot.
Yeah.
His arc is the most interesting to me. His arc is almost more interesting to me than Kaladin's, right? Just because they start in the same place, but it's a little bit harder for him to get to the place Kaladin gets to because he doesn't have magic.
Yeah.
And so he kind of gets there of his own desire for change, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget to enter the giveaway. And so, yeah, I think Moash, like, Taft was already kind of on board because Taft was kind of on board, not William Howard Taft, which would be hilarious if he was in this book. Taft is, like, already interested in the Radiance and whatnot. Rock was already kind of good-natured. And most of the other ones are either dead or we don't know as much about. But Moash, to me, is the character that there's a dark side. He wants to kill for maybe not great reasons, but also he's becoming a better person and is becoming more empathetic. And I don't know. I just found Moash to be, yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in the book, and I'm really excited to see his journey.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Because I feel like Taft's background is that he, like, was a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I know a little bit about Rock's past. And so I think, like, in terms of after book 1, I think, like, Moash is kind of the first choice for me as well.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, where they came from and how they became, like, a bridge runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Moash.
Yeah, I love Moash. He's kind of my guy. And I will be very sad if he dies.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Pandoria asks,
thank you.
Do you think any of the characters will actually become Knights Radiant? If so, which ones?
Oh, yeah. Dalinar, Kaladin, Adolin.
It depends on what becoming a Knights Radiant is. If a Knights Radiant is just saying the words and upholding the oaths, then a lot of them have the potential to be that. But if the Knights Radiant is, like, they have their own special magic where they can fly and they have their own special armor and their own special blades, like, I don't know. I don't even know if it's possible. So it depends on what becoming a Knights Radiant is.
The question implies that we have to assume that it is, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think the Knights Radiant come back. I absolutely think that.
Okay. If that's the case, if it's like about like saying the words and like having a kind of dedication, like one of the 10 dedications or whatever it is.
Oh no, I think way more characters get magic.
Get magic?
Oh yeah. I think
How?
I think Dalinar's gonna be magic. I think Adlin's gonna be magic. I think Renarin's gonna have some weird magic. I could also see Renarin going evil and being like them doing like a Mordred thing with him. I think like Shalyn is already a Knight's Radiant. Like she has magic and a Shard Blade.
But I feel like Knight's Radiant has to be saying the words, right?
Yeah, and I think that like she's gonna fuck
So
Adlin and she's gonna say the words and become a Knight's Radiant.
Oh, but she's not already.
No, I'm just saying that she already has the magic and the sword. So like all she has to do is like believe in some sentences and she'll be halfway there, right?
I wonder how long ago the Almighty died.
Who fucking knows? Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of them. I think by book 5 there's gonna be an army of Knights Radiant. Realistically. Okay, I think like I think that they're all gonna come back, right? Like I think the 10 classes. I think by book 5 we have I think we have at least a main character in all of the 10.
By book 5,
Herald
okay.
Classes or whatever. Yeah, they're called.
Sure. I think definitely some of the Bridge 4 crew members, if like.
I don't think we'll have any in Words of Radiance. But I think that Oathbringer will be, they'll start calling themselves the Knights Radiant again.
Yeah, because I think they actually need to first discover what that means.
Yeah.
But, I mean, because I'm like, even I am like, what does that mean? I don't know if everybody gets like magic though.
I honestly think that a lot of them are going to.
I don't.
Or that we're going to meet a bunch of characters that have it. But I think that, like, because Kaladin discovers it at, like, 19, I don't think that it's, like, Dalinar's locked out of it. You know what I mean? I don't think that Yasna's locked out of it. Yasna obviously already has magic. But because the, like, Dalinar family, if Yasna has magic, then it's in the blood already for that family.
Right.
So, unless it comes from Yasna's
because
mom,
they talk about them being descendants of certain people.
No, Kaladin was discussed about being a descendant of.
Well, yeah, and if he's a descendant who has magic,
yeah,
then it stands to reason that Yasna also might be.
Yeah,
I
think 3 books from now, when we're in what's book 4, Rhythm of War, I think we're gonna have magical characters out the ass in this series.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a little more rare than that, but it's hard for me to really like distinguish what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Jonna says, now that we actually have a plot, which plot line or character arcs are you most interested in seeing move forward? I don't think we have the plot yet. I think we're so close. But I don't think the plot has actually been revealed yet. I'm excited for it, but what plot line are you most excited for moving forward? You don't
think that the plot line is to stop Odium?
That's like... I guess if you want to call that the plot, I don't know what that doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Like saying we have to stop Odium is like saying we have to stop a hurricane. It's like, okay, I guess let's try. Like, what's step 1 on that? Kind of, yeah. I think there's a lot of work that book 2 needs to do to convince me that that's something that can be done, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay, but yeah, a plot is not necessarily like something that we know can be achieved immediately.
A plot is something that to me has to be able to move forward, and a plot against Odium doesn't move forward until we understand anything about what Odium wants.
Sure, but there's also the plot of like Szeth is gonna try and kill Dalinar, and like that's like that is a plot in and of itself, and Taravangian is like just like basically murdering people to try and like get prophecies. I don't know. I don't think
we have the plot of the series yet. I think we do have plot lines now, but most of them come from part 5 of this book. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Who am I most interested in seeing move forward?
I mean, Szeth versus Dalinar is the big one, right? And how Kaladin gets in the way of that.
Honestly, though, I'm really excited to see like Yasna come together with Dalinar, like to like come back to the Shattered Plains and like our characters share information in a...
The problem is she doesn't have any information.
Well, she thinks that the fucking parchment...
She thinks and what she knows are 2 different things, though, right? Because I don't think either of us think for a second that the parchment are the Voidbringers, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's where I'm like, I hear you, but at the same time, she's coming to be like, hey, I think that the Parchment are the Voidbringers, and I'm going to be like, nah, no.
I'm excited for Shalyn and Elhokar to talk about the weird fucking things that they're seeing. The symbol-headed guys.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll be interesting.
Carrion says, what's the plot in Mistborn 3 if not stop Ruin? It's, we have to go find the vaults that have the steel inscriptions that will inform us on how to stop Ruin. And so there is actionable things that our characters can do in order to engage with the plot of Stop Ruin, right? Right now we have Odium is coming, and that would be bad. And so Dalinar needs to unite them to stop a storm, which you can't do. So the problem for me is that the
Mistborn had actionable things.
Mistborn was like, hey, here are things that our characters are going to do. Book 1 of Mistborn. Hey, we need to end slavery. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bunch of heists and shit. We're going to topple the regime, and then we're going to end slavery. We're going to fight the Lord Ruler. We're going to get there. And it's all going to happen because we have actionable items on a list of things that we as people can interact with. And this book is like, we don't know what the fuck's going on. We don't know why anybody's doing anything. We're going to just go after gem hearts for a bit because we actually don't know why we're doing this. We don't know who the enemy is. We don't know why the Parshendi are sometimes docile or not. It's been 6 years of fighting them. We know nothing about their language. We don't know why the Shattered Plains are here. We kind of do because it's where the fucking thing happened. But it's like the thing happened there.
What thing?
The Heralds like destroyed the earth there, right? When the big rock monsters fought the Heralds.
Wait, what?
At the Shattered Plains, destroying the old nation and making room for the new.
What?
This is where the city of whatever that was called was. Yeah, the Urethra was here, and then the big battle with the giant rock things happened here, and.
How do you know that?
Isn't that what happened? We don't even know that apparently. So the plot of Stop Odium starts at like figure out what Odium is, like, and they don't have a way to do that. Yasna just came from the biggest library in their world, and there was no book for her to find there, right? They can't even be like, oh, we're gonna go to the big library. That can't be a plot point because the smartest character in the book just came from there, so the information doesn't exist. And so when the smartest character in the place with the most information doesn't have the information that the plot needs to move forward, you end up in this cycle of like, well, the author has to introduce something to give the characters information to get on what they're doing. It's not going to come from the characters because the characters have already been to the place where that could happen, right? The characters have spent 6 years fighting in the place where the fight is happening. And so now the author has to throw a bone to the characters to get things going. And we're not there yet, right?
All right.
Also, like, unite them is the plot, I guess, but like unite them doesn't.
It's still a plot. It's just like more vague than Mistborn, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. John S. asks, where do you expect the biggest curveball in the current characters' plans? Bonus points for what that obstacle might be. Where do I expect the biggest curveball?
Oh, it's that the Parshendi...
Zeph, obviously.
No, it's that the Parshendi aren't actually the bad guys, and so Dalinar is going to ramp up this war machine and then find out that they can't go to war. That's going to be the big curveball, right? Is that he's going to be like, oh, fuck. Yasna convinced me that the Parshendi are the Voidbringers. I got all of the Alethi armies ready to fucking wipe out the Parshendi, and if I wipe out the Parshendi, we're going to lose to Odium. And that's going to be the moment where this all flips, right?
Okay, interesting.
I think the Zeth thing's going to be a fun fight, but I really do think that, like, oh, we are actually wrong about the Parshendi. As soon as he gets everybody ready to do the final assault, he's going to find out that it's the wrong thing to do, and that's going to be the, like, twist.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Ernest Hill, thank you for that super duper chat. Let's go. The visions tell Dalinar that getting Odium to choose a champion might stop him, and he is told he needs the Knight's Radiant. Yeah.
Sure. That's not actionable. That's not stuff that he can do. That's just fantasy shit. And I think that that's kind of what it is it's like, at some point, we will understand that Dalinar can do that. But given the information in this book, that is just, those are just words right now.
Yeah, because like I said before, we don't actually know what makes the Knights Radiant the Knights Radiant. Is it the magic flying
It's the way
stuff?
of kings.
Or is it saying the words? Or is it a belief system? Like, I don't know. And I also, like...
And we'll get there. We are going to get there.
Yeah. It's... Yeah. Also, yeah, stopping him from choosing a champion... Or...
No, it's
getting
Audio
him to choose a champion. Like, I don't know what that means.
You might as well just tell Dalinar that you need God to impregnate Mary with Jesus. And it's like, Actually, you need Anakin Skywalker to be born of the Force. So let's get to work on that. But the lesbian witches from the Acolyte can do that.
Good for them. Yeah, it's not, none of it is very tangible yet.
Yes.
And that's okay. We're going to get there. I am the Synod asks, what did Zeth do with the black sphere Gavilar gave him? Where is it now? In the pockets of some slaveholder at the top of Mount Nora on Zeth's person.
I don't know.
I'm assuming that he kept it. I feel like it would be
buried
weird.
somewhere. He's going to have put it somewhere where no one will know to ask him to go get it.
Well, I don't know. Because I feel like Zeth and, like, Shallan are going to have a confrontation at some point, and then they'll be like, oh... But I don't know. Also, hi, Twerk. I see you over on Twitch.
Yeah, it might be from the,
Didn't he say he hit it? Maybe. That might have happened. That might have happened.
Bridge4 says, we do have an actionable plan right now. Find Urithiru, and we might find more information that was not burned. That's not what our characters are doing.
No,
that is not a single character's goal right now.
No, they're about to serve Dalinar. Like, they're like becoming soldiers. They're taking a literal year to train.
Blige Monkey says, didn't he say he hit it? He hit it somewhere.
Did he? Okay,
yeah,
that definitely might have happened. Maybe it is on his person. He just, like, hit it in his butthole. No one will ask.
I think, guys, honestly, like, I think all of this hemming and hawing back and forth with you guys is a waste of our time, kind of, just because I think 50 pages into Words of Radiance, we're going to have a good idea of this stuff.
I like the questions.
No.
Don't say that.
The questions are good. The Discord questions. I think that some of the pushback we keep responding to in chat is going to be answered 50 pages into Words of Radiance.
We literally opened the book and we're like, oh, it's that.
I think that Words of Radiance is gonna start really fast.
Yeah.
And right now, like, we are arguing because you guys know what happens and we don't. And you guys are like, no, but like it gets going really quickly. And I'm like, I know we can't start that until we finish this.
I believe you, but we gotta go react to the damn thing.
And so we keep being like, in book 1, none of this is set up. And you're like, well, no, but you'll understand the setup once you read the next part.
Yeah.
And like, that's probably true. That's probably correct. You guys are ahead of us. And so I think that right now I feel like we keep answering the same shit in chat. Oh, not the questions. The questions are interesting. I'm not shitting on that. I think that we keep answering the same comments in chat.
Yeah.
With like, but this book doesn't do that. And I'm like, I get that we're about to pivot into something. I felt it at the end of this book. The pivot just comes in the next book.
We've just stalled because our fault. We had to take a week off for Gen Con and then come back to this. And that's why, even though we are sick, I was like, we need to do book club. I have to know what happened. We have to do book club.
I'm also just so glad that we didn't have book to do this week, because the audiobook reactions, feeling the way we felt, would have been tough. Chat is not bad. Spooters, chat is not bad. The way that we are constantly engaging with the same thing over and over again isn't great.
Yeah, so it's our fault and we need to not engage.
Well, no, I just think that, I think that sometimes this show spins in circles because
it's a conversation.
Yeah, but it's a conversation that can't go anywhere because one side has more information than the other.
Totally fair.
So we're arguing from different points of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. It versus Ego asks, which set of epigraphs are you looking forward to understanding full context?
I don't really care about any of the epigraphs, to be honest.
The epigraphs are like the shit that Hoyd was writing, right?
or the death words, or...
Well, I think the death words are literally like the store, like the... Like, what is the bad things that are going to happen, so...
I know, but I don't want prophecy stuff, so I'd rather just not have them.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Epigraphs weren't that interesting to me, so I'm going to say none of them.
The Hoyd ones were fun.
Yeah.
They were fun,
especially
but they weren't
because
like...
when you put them together into the whole letter, like, it's, like, interesting, but we don't understand what the implications of that is yet. Like, how it relates to this world.
I just think that it's a little bit too Avengers too early.
Okay.
I want them to set up the universes a little bit more before I really care about the, like, inter-Cosmere, planetary, whatever. That stuff doesn't interest me as much.
Sure.
For the same reason it didn't in, like, Cradle, right? Is it's, like, it's too big for the characters that we're following.
Yeah. Earlyanne asks, the Lopen is a fan favorite. Can you theorize on why? Wild speculation encouraged.
I mean, I'm assuming he become a Knights Radiant of some kind, right? Just based on how much people love him.
What if Lopen is the person that Hoyd is writing about? And he's actually the bad guy. That has a shard. Sure,
that'd be fun. I don't think that's what it is, though. I have a feeling he's...
Said wild speculation, okay?
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't think that's what it is.
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
100%.
Rob Ross, I think Lupin. Yeah, I think Lupin just becomes like a knight, and like I think that he has like one arm fights where he like really impresses the audience by, or like fights in a way that's really impressive, and also like it's just chill about it. So it's like very unassuming.
That's fair. I feel like he just has like. I don't know if he ever really like fights that much. I feel like he's like the epitome, like epitome of like different strengths. Like for a group to succeed, like different people having different strengths is like a very good thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Rob Ross Pooh Bear says, "Do you think Kaladin remembered to grab Hoyd's flute?" Yeah, I'm assuming he has it.
I mean, he better, otherwise. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if it never comes up again.
Yeah, my question's really, did you remember this dumb detail? Yeah, I think that, like, he's gonna play Zelda's Lullaby, and that a horse is gonna ride up to him, and then Shadowfax is gonna take him into the West. I know, that was the...
Can you sing Zelda's Lullaby?
Is it the, like, do-do-do?
Okay, now what's Epona's theme?
No.
I don't know. Ba 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 ba.
Oh, I thought that was a whole different song. What's that song that's da 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 da? What's that song?
Silver Bells, the Christmas song.
Is that Silver Bells? No, that's not Silver Bells.
Yes, it is.
No, it's a different
Silver Bells, Silver Bells. You're saying the verse of Silver Bells. Da 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 da.
Sure, whatever. I don't fucking know. Earlyanne asks, unlike Real Time, Stormlight Archive is incomplete. We have all unanswered questions and wild speculation. Which of your current questions or theories do you think are still unresolved by the end of book 4?
I fucking hope none of them, man. Because all I want, I'm not at the point of theorizing about the ends of things. I'm still, I don't know where this is starting. If the plot still isn't going 3,000 pages from now, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Well, no, the plot's obviously gonna be great. That's not the question.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Most of my questions are about beginning points. I don't really have big questions about like middle and end points right now.
I think that the old magic is still something that's unresolved by book 4.
Oh, interesting.
Like what that really means. And
yeah, I could see that.
I'm gonna assume that the person destroying art in one random interlude is also not brought back up again until fucking book 5. Is my prediction.
Yeah, I have a feeling the death words are probably revealed in book 5. So I feel like that is still... I feel like the Ghost Bloods collecting them is still a thing throughout. But I don't think we have a solid answer on like what they mean until probably the end of this part.
Or maybe book 4 is where we find out how Shalyn got her shard blade.
I don't know. None of my theories really relate to that far in the future, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question right now.
Yeah, that's tough. It's a good question, but yeah, it's a tough one.
I think after book 2, I'll have a better answer for you for this kind of question than I do after book 1.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, I know nothing. I really feel like I know nothing about this world right now.
I think how we feel about crabs, we will find out by book 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Linus Vikstrom. What was the spoiler situation like at Gen Con? Did you have a hard time given the Cosmere TTRPG timing?
No, because the Cosmere TTRPG was literally in a separate room.
Yeah.
They had their own, like, spot for it.
There was some art on the floor.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Because it's a TTRPG, I don't know. I've never seen any of the official art, and I don't know what characters look like in the official art. So I just assume it's all TTRPG art, right? Like, I'm not assuming that they're using the characters from the books to sell the TTRPG, because that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So, like, I saw, like...
No, I think they would have to. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm holding, like, in the thumbnail for the Gen Con thing, I'm pretty sure that's, like, Shalyn's shard blade. Because it's a redhead with a sword. And it's, like, familiar for people.
And like, maybe that's Kaladin in the blue armor, but that's not really a spoiler, because we know he works for... I guess, like, that one image of Adolin, Kaladin, and Shalyn, then, is maybe an image from the books. And, like, they fight together on the Shattered Plains is, like, I guess that's a chasm.
But even that could just be, like, art that isn't in the books. That's art literally to sell the game.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I don't feel like they're trying to use moments from the novel to sell a game where you're not going to play those moments. So any of the art that I saw, like I saw one that was like, there's art that's like a black woman in the blue, Dalinar and Adolin's blue uniform with a spear.
Right. Sure.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that's like TTRPG art. Like that means nothing to me. Maybe it's a spoiler. I don't know. We have no idea.
The only thing we were like spoiled on was the name of the Parshendi Shardbearer, because the name was on the miniatures that we bought, but it's also the name of the chapter, so like it's not really a spoiler. Like we didn't really get spoiled on anything.
That's the two things that I feel like I got spoiled on. I know the Parshendi Shardbearer,
the name,
and that the like Fabrial Artificer class exists. And so maybe we're going to see more Fabrial fighters in the future of these books. But given Navani's place, I'm not that surprised.
Yeah.
But like also like, you know, like we probably saw spoilers. Same with like Wheel of Time last year at JordanCon. That like we don't know what it means.
We don't know that
so
they're
like
spoilers.
The image alone isn't enough. If the image had been like, this is Kaladin in book 4, I would have been like, oh, that's Kaladin in book 4. Yeah. But like, there's no official Kaladin face. You know what I mean? There's not like a official Dalinar face. I might have seen an image of Dalinar and been like, that's an old man. You know what I mean? Like, sure. It just doesn't necessarily mean anything to me.
Yeah.
Linus also asks, how hard has it been not to cheat and start Words of Radiance given your feelings at the end of the last reading was done?
Well, being sick, I feel like, has helped put a pause in it.
Because I don't want to, like, invest in, like, words.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been harder.
We've been so busy, and there's so much that needs to get done that it actually hasn't been that hard. Yeah.
Guys, I dropped the link one more time. Make sure you enter if you want to win the dice or the cards, or the dice and the cards, okay? Click that link. It's really easy.
Linus also asks, have you understood the Pandora's box you opened with looser limits on the reactions or for Words of Radiance, yet given there's already 18 reactions planned? No, I'm down. I have plans for this company that I want to make happen, and it's going to involve paying other people to be a part of it. And so, no, I feel like it is the consequences that I was hoping for.
Here's the thing. Being, like, completely honest with you guys. A lot of that money is going to be going to other people so that we can make cool fucking shit, okay?
It's going to be towards building our Stormlight RPG actual play show.
100%. And so I want to, like, first of all, say thank you to everybody who has commissioned chapters. Thank you on behalf of us, because obviously we're going to take that money and we're going to do cool shit with it, like, for all of us. But also thank you for the people who want more audiobook reactions, but maybe like that's not within their budget, which is totally fine. That is totally fair and okay. And I think that like it's one of those like the gift that keeps on giving kinds of things, because they will live on the channel forever.
Yeah.
And something about that is really beautiful, that someone in like 10 years could find book club and love it and then pay $5 and get to watch all of these reactions, right? Like I think that's like really special.
Yeah,
and I when we started doing the audiobook reactions, I did not understand like how many people loved them and how exciting it was for people. And so I'm also really excited to get to paint minis with you guys and react. Like I think that it's gonna be busy. We're gonna be doing a lot of reactions. But I promise that it's gonna be worth it, not only in the reactions but the things that are yet to come, because
the things that they make possible.
Yes, exactly that.
No, I'm really grateful. I don't understand why people like them. I don't get it. Personally. But I love that you do. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like
neither of us are really reaction watchers.
No.
And so, but like it is really amazing for the people who are.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm like I don't get it, but I'm happy to do it because I think that it's been a source of income that has helped us, do really cool stuff.
It's also my birthday month. So
it's also Claris's birthday month.
I'm totally kidding.
But I don't know. It has made book club feel bigger than just Friday mornings, and I really love that. I love all the comments. I don't respond to as many comments because we get like over 1,000 comments a week on our YouTube channels. And it just like isn't feasible to respond to everything. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I wish I could respond to more comments. Because I would love to be a part of the conversation more, but it's hard. But
that's why we keep the conversation mostly in Discord, because it's more manageable. We appreciate the comments, and sometimes we do read them, and they also help with the algorithm. So like don't stop commenting, but like just know we appreciate it, even though we can't get to them.
But yeah, we just Emerson, thank you for joining the Nerds. Appreciate that.
Welcome to the Nerd Table.
You now have access to all the audiobook reactions.
Let's go.
No, we're just grateful. Honestly, like, I've said it since Wheel of Time. Even when Wheel of Time wasn't my favorite series, the book club is the highlight of my week, right? This is our Friday mornings and soon to be Monday mornings are the best 3 hours of the week. And I'm so grateful for the community we've built through book club. And it's so great to spend time with you. Connor Crane says it's going to be funny when they run out of minis to paint because they're doing so many reactions. No,
I'm so slow.
Well, and you don't know what our basement looks like. We have so many... We have shelves of unpainted minis. Because
we have a printer. So we have an unlimited supply of miniatures.
Yeah. James Ross says, are we still changing the Narg icon? I don't know. Are we? We need to come up with something before we do.
We could just call it the Knights of the Radiant instead of the Knights of the Nerd Table.
I want it to be something a little bit more like unique than that. We could just call it Bridge 69. Someone's already done that already, but
probably.
Welcome to Bridge 69 is very funny. I have like 96 dragons, just dragon minis that need to get painted.
Bridge 420
is 69.
No, Bridge 420 is good because it's Bridge 420, right? Like
Nerds Radiant. Ooh, Welcome to the Nerds Radiant is pretty good.
Okay, that's actually I think that's pretty good.
Is that already a thing though? The problem is if someone else has done it, I don't want to do it.
The Nerds Radiant. We'll have to come up with an icon for it, though. If someone wants to, like, design that...
Like, I don't think anyone has done... There's a Nerds Radiant Creamy Concealer Custard.
What the fuck is that?
I'm going to open that in a tab. It doesn't seem like anyone's done the Nerds Radiant. Okay.
Nerds Radiant. Yeah, I think Nerds Radiant is the winner. That's NARS, not Nerds.
But it's on it's Japanese Amazon, so it's a typo.
Nerds Radiant instead of NARS. That's so funny. Holy shit. Yeah.
Ernest, thank you for that super chat. We get to live vicariously through them. Many of us get to feel or experience certain moments again with you. I love that. I'm so like I said, like I like making the content, and so I'm grateful that you guys like it. If you guys didn't like it, it would be pointless, right?
Yeah.
There's a podcast called Nerds Radiant.
There is? No. Blue just said, like, the podcast. I mean, we just Googled Nerds Radiant and nothing came up, so I don't know.
Nerds Radiant podcast.
Oh, right there.
What?
Nerd Radiant. It's not Nerds Radiant, it's Nerd Radiant. Okay?
Is it a Cosmere podcast?
Discussing esports, video games, and comics.
Oh.
Here's the thing. Nerds Radiant is not taken. So it's fine. We're so fine.
Because Nerds Radiant would be a fun name for the TTRPG show.
That's true.
The Nargs Radiant.
That's a weird combination of the two fandoms in a hilarious
Not really. It's kind of one fandom, right? He wrote the books.
I think, yeah, if...
We'll keep workshopping it. I like it, but we'll keep workshopping it.
I mean, I like it. I'd be happy to, like, have that. We do need a new, like, symbol, though, for the people who are members. So if anyone has any ideas for that, let me know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll try and, like, find somebody who can, like, design
I would be down to retire Nargs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that was a time on the channel.
And it was a wonderful
You can still buy the shirt, but...
Yeah.
The shots. The Dead Spren pod. That's actually fun. Okay, last question, then we're going to do the giveaway. Genghis Dawn says, now that you finished the book, did you come to appreciate anything from the earlier sections that you initially had problems with? Definitely the side carry chapter. That definitely came back in a big way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was sick. Thank God for that, too, because that moment was fucking so chef's kiss. I don't know about I don't know yet, but I think that this question might be more relevant when we start book 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The side carry is the big one for me.
Side carry came back in a big bad way, and I loved it.
That's kind of the only one, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
All right, let's give some dice away.
Let's frickin' do it. Guys, sign up for this thing. Give it a refresh, because it won't automatically update.
85 total entries.
85 entries. Let's fucking go.
How do I...
You have to go, I think you press winners at the top. Or, yeah. Draw winners.
Do I draw them all at once, or can I draw them one at a time?
I think you do it one at a time. Yeah, you can, like, click, like, winners to draw.
Should we do...
What should we start with?
Should we just do all 10 at the same time?
No, because...
And then announce them one at a time? They're not going to watch it happen 10 times, so it doesn't really matter.
That is actually fair. Guillermo, welcome back to the Nerd Table.
Just so you know...
We'll work on that.
You have to be in chat right now, and you have to be willing to give us your address. If you're not willing to give us your address, let us know.
Wait. The Shards of Nargsil is hilarious.
Shards of Nargsil is very funny.
That is peak. That is incredible.
The Shards of Nargsil is pretty fantastic. Official ACM, that's stolen. I'm so sorry.
That is hilarious.
You're gonna have to fight me for rights to that later. You don't have to. I don't need you to put your address in chat.
No.
You just have to say that you are willing to give us your address in chat, and then we'll get your address off chat.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
but everyone had to give their email to sign up.
Yeah.
So we should have contact. Yes.
Yeah, Niels, we'll send it to the EU. That's fine.
Anywhere in the world is fine. We have said
we're gonna eat the cost of this. This is a gift to the community.
Yes,
we don't care about that as much.
You guys just commissioned fucking 18 chapters from us. This is a gift from us to you. All right. Are you ready? All right, we're going to start with the dice.
Wait, how do we know who won what?
It says right here. All right.
Great.
The first winner of a set of dice is Linus Vikstrom.
Linus, are you here?
Linus.
You were just here, so you better still be here, Linus.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Linus Vikstrom, you have won these exclusive dice for the Cosmere RPG.
You have to type in chat, Linus. Oh no, Linus isn't typing in chat.
There he is.
There he is. Hey. Congratulations, Linus.
I want to reiterate, these say Stormlight on them. They might be not one of a kind, but they might be a rare collector's item one day down the line.
Very true. Dice number two. Joshua Chandler.
Hey, Joshua Chandler.
Oh, we probably shouldn't be saying the names on. How do we say the? You guys didn't.
I mean, this is the name that they put. I'm assuming.
Joshua Chandler's here. Are you willing to give us your address?
There you are. Linus deserves it. James, thank you. Welcome back to the Nerd Table. You're
James
right.
Dempsey, thank you for joining the nerds back up.
Let's freaking go. All right, we got a Joshua Chandler in chat. Let's fucking go. These dice are yours.
Dice number 3.
Dice number 3 goes to Devin Garcia. Let's go.
Devin, are you here?
Devin, please be present.
Devin, are you here?
Do not put your address in chat. Just say, yes, I'm here.
And I'm willing to give you my address.
Yes, because you
Devin.
You have to, we do have to, like, physically.
Devin's here! Let's go!
Hippopotamuses, let's go!
I feel like I'm doxing you all by saying your full names. I'm so sorry. But some of you did not put your usernames.
Look, here's the thing, Devin. I'm so sorry. Your name's pretty common. I'm not worried about you.
All right. And I think that's 3.
That is 3.
Dice number 4 goes to...
our favorite Bogdan.
Bogdan Pekanak.
I hope that's how you say that.
Bogdan, are you here?
Bogdan, let's go. You've won some dice.
There's 10 giveaways total, like wonderful. Bogdan Pekanak, are you here?
Bogdan,
I swear to God.
Bueller.
Oh no, Bogdan.
I don't know. I thought I saw them earlier.
I know, but they might have had to leave, and I feel bad if they left and they won and they don't get it. Bogdan's here. Let's go. You get Stormlight dice.
Guys, we're 4 for 4 for being here. Thank God. Thank you for being here.
Y'all are mad lads. Here you go. This is the
so
final set of dice solo.
This one goes to, oh God, Tom Girondo.
Let's go, Tom. Come on, Tom.
I hope that's how you say it.
Tom. Be here, Tom. Be here in the moment with us, Tom.
Tom Girondo.
The broadcast is on a 10 to 15 second delay. It shouldn't be that big, but yeah, you are right.
It's
but
gonna be
us being like, I hope you're here, adds to the suspense. That's what's fun about it.
You better be here. Get your ass in chat right now. Get your ass. Oh,
Tom is
okay. Loadbolt. Yay! That's good to know. Loadbolt, congrats on winning these dice. Those are the dice to give away, y'all.
Yeah.
Now we have 3 VIN cards.
The next 3 people get a VIN early access card to the deck building game.
I thought it was a Gen Con exclusive one.
I don't think
it says Gen Con 24 on it.
Does it?
So
Where?
it is literally on the bottom right corner.
Oh, yeah. This is a Gen Con exclusive card.
Yeah, I think these are exclusive.
Okay, so we have 3 of these. The first one is going... Yeah, 3 of these. The first one is going to... Skeptical Mario. Michael Kioski. I know you're in chat. I know you're there.
Let's fucking go.
Can I send this? Don't break it.
I didn't. I just went like this.
Michael, can I send this to you? Is that okay?
Mwah. Mwah.
Do you want it? If you don't want it, let me know.
If you don't, no.
It's a Gen Con exclusive, and it doesn't match the regular deck cards. Okay, yeah, so you get this Gen Con exclusive VIN card.
Hell yeah.
Clarence, you have one there.
And then I have another VIN card that is going to Nicole Lyman. Nicole, are you in the chat?
Nicole, are you here? Oh my God. We are 6 for 6 so far, Nicole.
I know, we're doing so good.
Don't let us down.
Don't let us down.
Don't let us down, Nicole.
Don't put your address in the chat.
Don't put your address in chat. Just be here, Nicole.
Tell us that you are present and accounted for.
Come on, Nicole, I believe in you.
Do we have a Nicole? Nicole
Lyman is here. Let's go.
Hey.
Guys, everyone just DM me on Discord or Instagram.
Actually, no, we have everybody's emails.
I'll send your email. I will send you an email to reply to.
Send you an email. Yes.
And then the final card only is Matthew Harrington.
Matthew, are you in the chat? Matthew, are you there?
Are you here?
Are you here? Are you present? Are you accounted for?
Matthew Harrington, I believe in you.
James Ross, you already get your things. You don't need to worry about the raffle. All right,
I'm sending you a whole thing.
Yeah, you get a dice and a thingy. Matthew, do we have a Matthew in the chat? Do we have a Matthew?
Matthew H.
Hey, I mean, I'm a Matthew, but not that Matthew.
No, Matthew, is Matthew our first not here? Come on, Matthew, I believe in you. Come on, Matthew, I believe. We'll hold this until the end.
Oh, wow.
What?
It says where our, winners are from. That's really cool.
Yeah. Matthew, are you okay? Matthew, are you okay? Are you okay, Matthew? Matthew, are you okay? Matthew, are you okay? Are you okay, Matthew?
Matthew, you have until the end of us calling the other winners, okay, to claim your VIN card.
He said I could have it.
I'm sure he did.
All right.
We're going to keep this for you for the next, 5 minutes.
Yeah. We haven't met you, Blue.
Yeah.
We don't know your real name.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the two big ones. Wait, how are there?
Huh?
I feel like we fucked this up somehow.
What do you mean?
Boom. You get a card and you get dice.
Yeah, these are the big winners. All right?
I'm Matthew.
Card
Wait,
and dice.
Light Blind and Fool, are you? No, you guys stop fucking lying. Hopefully Matthew can come before Smut Corner. Very funny.
All right. Dice and card goes to Mandy Ortero. Are you in the chat?
Mandy. Oh.
What?
Mandy O. You hear Mandy.
What if there's another Mandy O? Then it becomes awkward. Mandy. We're calling Mandy. Paging man. Oh!
Let's go. You are getting dice and the card.
You got both things. Congrats. You crushed it. You're a winner.
Let's go. Congratulations.
Enjoy. These, setting aside these specifically for you. Hope you love them. Hope you enjoy them.
Oh, this one's mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then we have one last giveaway.
On the other side of the world.
I know.
I hope they're here because it's a weird time zone for you.
I know. I really hope that you are here. Ramzan A. Ramzan? I think I'm saying that right?
Ramzan?
Are you here in the chat? Because you just won these beautiful little thingies. So I hope that you are here to claim them, Ramzan. You got 2 minutes because, obviously we're accounting for the delay.
Did we get a Matthew H?
Yes, and we're still calling a Matthew H. I don't know if we got a Matthew H.
Ramzan's here! Let's go! Okay, we'll be sending you an email. Shipping that to you.
Hell yeah. Guys, with 9 out of 10 people being here is actually pretty good. Feel pretty good.
What's up, Ramzan?
Congratulations. Messing with the camera brightness? No, I know.
Yeah.
If I yeah, it's fine. Okay. Matthew has not revealed himself.
I know this is so stressful
very
because
sad.
we have their email, so we could just email them.
That's true. We did say people had to be here, but emergencies happen.
I just feel bad.
No, well, you know what? We will email Matthew.
And if we don't hear back from the email, then we'll give it away next week.
Then we'll give it away next week.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Thank you all for
playing. I just don't want this video to exist and then be able to go back and watch it and
and then being like, wow, I never got it.
My mom was in the hospital.
Yeah, we can email them. That's totally acceptable. Yeah. Guys, congratulations.
Let's do that. That feels better than screwing
Matthew,
it over to
No. That's fair. That's fair.
Guys, I am hoping to do more stuff like this in the future. So enjoy book club, and I want to send more free stuff out. We do so well. And you guys are the reason, and we are so privileged and lucky. Yeah,
thank you guys.
There's one big one I want to do for our charity thing at the end of the year, but I'm going to have to convince Clarisse that it's worth it.
What?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. No one's from Quebec, right?
No.
Okay, as long as no one's from Quebec, we're fine.
Right.
If you're from Quebec, we can't send you things.
They have different rules for things.
Fucking awful.
I honestly, here's the thing. A lot of winners are from the U.S., but there are some people that are from all over the world, and that's really fucking cool.
Yeah. There's all over the world, which is awesome.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here for book club.
Seriously.
We love it.
Yeah.
Even though we are sick as all hell, we were
I feel like ass today.
I know, but we were we got to do book club. We want to move on to other books. We want to get this done, but we want to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys so much.
I hope this was good. I drank so much caffeine to get through the show. I hope that this was an entertaining show. If you like the book club, subscribe to the channel. If you don't...
Before we do that, do you want to do a high-low for the whole book?
I was about to get into that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, if you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me in comments down below. Who is the algorithm goddess for book 1?
Syl, because she's now a giant woman and is probably hungry.
Yeah. That's fair. We're gonna do high-low. The way we do it is you do your high, I do my low, you do your low, I do my high. We compliment sandwich this bitch. We celebrate each other's highs. We commiserate over each other's lows. This is for the whole book. Clarisse, what is your high?
God damn. My high for the whole book.
Yeah.
The whole ass freaking book. I mean, oh man.
No winners for bingo. That's a first.
Damn. That is unfortunate. Linus, thank you
for the super chat, Linus.
Appreciate it.
The reactions will be coming. I think there's 3 this week.
Crazy. Y'all are mad lads. Okay. Fuck. It's so hard. There are so many.
Oh, no, there's 6 reactions this week. So enjoy that. The prologue, chapter 3, chapter 7, chapter 11, interlude 1, and interlude 4. So there are 6 this week.
Great.
You okay?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, it's great.
What's your high?
Dinah, welcome to the Nerd Table.
Thanks, Dinah. Welcome in. Welcome to the Nerds Radiant.
Yeah. Welcome to the Nerds Radiant. I kind of
like it. I kind of like it.
I think we're using it.
But the Shards of Nargsil is also pretty good.
But we haven't covered Lord of the Rings, so it's...
No, but I want a shirt that's like half Narg, half Sil, and they're like shattered, and it's the Shards of Nargsil. I think that's very fun.
Okay, the one that keeps coming to mind is Bridge 4 Side Carry, and I'm not sure if it's because we literally just talked about the payoff of it, but it's just the one that keeps sticking in my brain. And so we're going to go with Side Carry.
Johnny Coleman, think of that super chat. I don't know what you want to clip, but...
There's nothing to clip. Nothing to see here.
Clip it.
Absolutely nothing to see here.
My low for the book is pacing. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's fair.
We've done it. There's 6 episodes of book club about it, guys. I'm just excited for Words of Radiance.
My low, I think, is just the kind of irrelevance of some of the interludes.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that they would at least kind of come back to in this book, but no.
I don't think we have a copy of the book yet, so I actually don't know that we could start it. Sorry, guys.
True.
Does anyone have the first sentence? Can someone pull up the first sentence of the prologue for us?
Just copy and paste the first sentence in the chat.
Just so we can read the first sentence of the prologue.
Yeah. What is your high?
Dalinar putting the blade down, giving it to Sadeas to save the bridge boys. I think that's the point of it all. Yeah. And so it's my favorite moment, especially in hindsight. The further we've gotten away from it, from the reading, the more I like it. And so that's the highlight of the whole book for me. It's the reason for the whole book. I think it's the best moment. I think that if like Words of Radiance ends up being my favorite book ever, or some if I end up putting Words of Radiance on that same shelf that I put like Final Empire and Hero of Ages and Brissinger,
Dragon Reborn.
No, Shadow Rising. No, Shadow Rising's up there. Like my favorite fantasy novels are on that list with the full Lord of the Rings. I think of Lord of the Rings as one thing. If Words of Radiance ends up being up on that shelf, I think that it will be because of that the start that happened in that moment.
Fair.
Yeah. What?
Michael Kioski. Here's the first sentence of my copy of Words of Radiance. This is audible.
That's very funny.
Well done.
What a great first sentence, though.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah. Does anyone have that first sentence for us? Did someone maybe...
I heard a Discord bloop, but I think it maybe went to your request because I didn't see anything pop up here.
No, I don't have any requests that are new.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Code 76 posted in our Discord. Okay, so go to our Discord. Thank you. You
crushed the book club, yeah.
You crushed it.
Okay, prologue. Oh, someone took a photo. Thank you. To question. 6 years ago, Yasna Kolin pretended to enjoy the party, giving no indication that she intended to have one of the guests killed. Okay. All right. All right, yeah. See, I told you guys. We're already in.
Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that.
Wow, her and Shalyn have way more in common than I thought.
No, yes, we already know Yasna's a murderer, but Yasna's never stolen anything.
No, Yasna and Shalyn are both responsible for their fathers being dead.
It's her brother.
No, Gavilar is her dad.
Nope.
Elhokar's her brother.
Wait, no, I thought that Yasna and Dalinar
What are
and
you
Gavilar were all siblings.
No, Yasna is Gavilar's daughter. Yasna is Ellikar's sister.
Is Ellikar older than I think he is? Because I thought he was, like, young, but if Yasna's, like, 35... Yasna's Gavilar's eldest child. Okay, my bad. Are they... So then how old is Ellikar?
Like 30? Yeah. No, I'm right.
Yeah. Ellikar is similar age to Adolin. Isn't that, like, 20? Is there, like, a 15-year difference between Yasna and Ellikar?
He's 27. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Heads up got a last-minute commission for Chapter 2. Okay, so we have 7 reactions this week.
Great.
Love
Thank
that
you.
for us. Love that
Thank
for
you,
us.
Linus, for that super chat. Appreciate the heads up. Okay, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
Ignore my brain. It's dumb.
No, Yasna and Shallan both had their fathers killed.
I love that for them, you know? It's like poetry. It rhymes.
All right, guys.
If you don't like smut, get the fuck out of here.
How much sex do you think Yasna and Shallan have on the boat over to the Shattered Plains?
Depends how long it takes to get there.
They got to get bored at some point.
Like, if the boat ride is like 3 days, then, like, you know, whatever. But if it's like 3 weeks...
No, it's got to be long. They're in another continent.
Oh, yeah. If it's 3 weeks...
Or not continent. I think Roshar's one continent planet. But...
Here's the thing. I don't know if, like, philosophers...
Oh, yeah, I got the money. Thank you.
I don't know if, like, scholars and philosophers ever get bored because they have so much researching to do. But, like, if you really think about it, the best way to research, like, procreation and sex and, like, mating rituals is to really, like, practice them.
Yeah.
So we're just going to say Shallan turns 18.
I love the idea that... Shallan's not 18?
She is 17.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to pretend that that's not the case.
Dalinar and Navani bone hard.
Oh, yeah.
And as they're lying in postcoital bliss, Dalinar is telling Navani about his day. And he's like, oh, yeah, and then I beat the shit out of your son. And when I was leaving, I was like, you're going to have to get used to seeing us together. And they both laugh, and her like, massive jugs bounce as she laughs about her new love telling her son, after giving him a black eye, that he was going to go fuck her.
Well, I mean, she thinks that her son is a bad king, so...
Yeah, that's why she's laughing. That's why she's not offended by it. She's like, yeah, toughen him up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you think that the, like, Spren have sex? And that's how they make more Spren?
I don't want to watch Rot Spren or Death Spren have sex. That's not...
You know what I was thinking that the Pain Spren look like in my head? The Fingies from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Yeah.
How hard do you think Dalinar gets when Navani takes off her glove for the first time?
See, to me, my right hand looks like my left hand, so I don't really, I can't.
No, but
see
he's sitting on the bed in like just the shard plate chest piece, so that he's extra strong for the boning, because that's the only piece that you really need, right?
Wow.
He's got like tidy whities on and just the shard plate on his like chest.
Yeah.
She is standing by the door. She's like turns the fabrial down so that the lights, and then no because it's like a big thing, right? And she starts at like the shoulder and she slowly unzips, and then as she unzips, his dick is just getting harder and harder.
I'm gonna assume
and harder.
that it takes 10 heartbeats.
All right, we have 7 reactions coming this way. We'll see you next week. Thank you to our mods. Thank you, everyone. We adore you. Stay safe. Don't get sick like we did. It's not fun.
Yeah.
And as always, do something nerdy tonight.
Get out of here, nerds radiant.